And we are live.
That is that.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How are all of you?
Good.
Jazzed.
Right.
Doesn't
I was
sound.
sick kid all week, so
What's that?
I was sick kid all week, so that's
Fun.
Ooh.
broke his fever today. So
Excited for tonight. Mortified for next weekend.
Should be mortified for tonight too.
I mean,
This isn't really the most pleasant setting around.
Yeah,
I'm having
we're,
fun.
we're in a like, decrepit mortuary. There's blood in the floor. There's a Wendigo in front of us. You know.
No. To be fair, there's a Wendigo in front of one of you.
yeah, that's true.
shit, I forgot
Well,
that.
I mean,
And now we're about to see the morality of the group.
dude,
Shoot the priest in the leg and run.
I'm like, dude, I'm that close, dude, to just basically just clipping the priest.
I mean,
you don't have to outrun the Wendigo. You just have to outrun the priest.
Pretty
Right.
much.
God, I feel bad for Fox because every time we play one of these one shots, his character is always the one who everyone it just hates.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Apparently, Zoro and I are.
To be fair,
You shouldn't
this.
be.
I do deliberately make characters that are easy to hate for one shots because I have a lot of fun playing those types of characters, but there's no way I could ever play a character like that for a full campaign. So I got to use them in the one shots.
There.
You like being the quasi asshole of the group every now and then. Just
I like pushing my companions. What can I say?
Yeah, I feel it. I feel Fox. I mean, if you're gonna play like an old, TSR book version of a paladin, yeah, that guy gets on your fucking nerves, man. After a while, the only paladin I have any respect for is in the Planescape days. There was a module called it was something into hell. I forget what it was, but the actual module cover is the most amazing module
the descent
cover
into hell
ever.
Where do
It's literally one paladin, and off into infinity is a singular line of demons waiting to basically knock
cross a
knuckles.
bridge. Yeah, and
I'm
he's standing
like-
there, shield up, sword ready. Yeah.
Yeah, like that is like if you want to know the epitome of law versus law, that is law versus law. Like that is just it's just an epic cover. Even if you don't read the module, just find the cover. It is beautiful. It's like one of the best covers ever for Planescape.
There's no lawful stupid going on there. It's just a paladin trying to, for some reason, stem the tide in hell.
Yeah, like he's like, you shall not pass.
Like if Doom
right.
Guy can do it, I can do it.
It's like, all right, bro.
If
you do
Doom
you.
guy couldn't do it.
Like Doom Guy's ancient relative or something. But unfortunately for all of you, tonight none of you are Doom Guy. So
Yeah, apparently I'm a fucking Belmont.
you are a Belmont. I mean, that's your fault for choosing a whip. I don't care what race you pick. The moment your character picks up a whip, you're a goddamn Belmont.
And he better get an
whips-
upgrade that makes the demons explode.
Whips are underrated weapons, sir.
Yes, they are.
That's all I gotta say.
I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, goddamn Belmonts.
Whip is an underrated weapon. There are feats you can take that turn that shit to fucking next level.
15-foot trip attack, yes, please.
Yep.
That's what my bugbear rogue used was a whip. Had a 15-foot trip attack. But yeah, so when we last left off, you had upon reaching the town of Gloom's End, you found the town in ill repair, as if time had passed centuries. The buildings now decrepit, rotted wood, holes in the wall. The soil underneath your feet long since dry and solid. The residents not really human at this point in time, very catatonic, dragging their feet, shuffling about like zombies, but still alive. The only coherent speech that ever has come from them, though, was the voice of Candi, an entity that has long since locked itself inside the Grand Cathedral of this city and sealed the bars with this thick black corruption that none of your weapons or other items could penetrate. Desperately trying to get into the cathedral to take care of this monstrous threat before the sun rose and the city was purged, you made your way to the town mausoleum. Well, not mausoleum. Trying to think of it wouldn't be a mausoleum. It would be a
Mortuary?
Thank you, a mortuary. Where you found a couple priests of Lathander, or what you thought were priests of Lathander, until they turned around and revealed themselves to be Bodak. Very deadly and intelligent form of undead, but due to some quick thinking and some knowledge from a couple of the characters, you were able to dispatch them before too much damage could be done. Using some quick thinking, you were able to pry the doors open into the mortuary, but doing so, you discovered that they were probably sealed specifically with sovereign glue in order to keep something that was inside from getting out. You quickly discovered that there were bloody drag marks on the floor, leading deeper back into the stone building, and you got into a specific room where bodies would normally be prepared for ceremonious burial. Instead, you found numerous body parts strewn about the walls and floors, covered in blood and gore, and a hole in the wall near the back that seems to have broken through to a secret tunnel that leads further down underneath the streets, back towards the direction of the temple. Though while investigating the gore in this preparation room, Kaleem has unfortunately come across something alive. A creature that you thought was executed and piked outside the town, but not 10 feet away from you, Kaleem, covered in blood and gore and shrieking at you in anger, is this rather large, disturbing looking Wendigo.
Does it seem to be acting defensive or aggressive?
At the moment, you're not really sure because it's just screaming. And it screams for a good, 30 seconds.
Looking back at the rest of the group, taking my eyes off of it is probably not a good idea. But looking back at the rest of the group, are they nearby or have they started to move through that hole?
I don't think anybody has started to move through the hole just yet. Everyone was still doing about a once over of the preparation room.
Okay. I'm going to start backing up very slowly, keeping my eyes on the creature.
Okay, and as you begin to back up from the creature, it kind of turns its head. It kind of hunches down a bit, arms curled up as it's slowly like walking towards you, almost as if it's an animal stalking prey. Every now and then giving out a bit of a click, but its eyes never leaving your form for very long.
Okay. When I get to a point where I have, let's see, how many people can I affect with this? Oh, any number of living creatures. Okay. When I get to a point where I have all of my companions within 30 feet of me, I'm going to use one of my abilities.
Okay.
And that will be Emboldening Bond. So, it affects the number of creatures within 30 feet of me equal to my proficiency bonus. So that's 4. So one person is going to have to be without.
I
don't-
can be without.
I don't know what the lineup is where we're all positioned.
You're kind of scattered amongst the room in various positions.
Whoever ends up being furthest from me is the one that's going to be going without. But everyone
I
else,
believe that may have been Kaylin, because they were investigating the tunnel.
Yeah, they were actually.
So that would probably be Kaylin that would be left out of the bond.
so everyone else for the next 10 minutes, when you make an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can add a d4 to that number. You can only do it once per turn. And
Okay.
because we are higher level, you are also affected by Protective Bond. When a creature that is affected by the Emboldening Bond is about to take damage, any other bonded creature within 30 feet of them can use their reaction to teleport to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of the first creature. And the person that teleported takes the damage instead.
Oh, cool.
That will last for 10 minutes. And that is my character's way of going, okay, protect me, everybody, type of thing.
Yeah, that protective bond isn't meant there for aside from anybody just to appear next to you and take your damage.
We'll see what happens. Who? Let's see. That means Kaylin won't be able to help you. Okay.
And once I get that ability off, I'm just going to stand my ground.
Kind of just like begins to like sway as it walks, as it gets closer to you. And you can hear it audibly sniff around you as it circles you.
I'll do my best to keep an eye on it, but not make any sudden movements while it's circling around.
What are the rest of you doing?
Kel already has his whip out, but he is hesitant to strike first. He's actually going to try and see if he can properly identify maybe something about it that like is like a strategy, or maybe like it's nature of hunting or whatever.
I don't think Kel would have that, since he's a fisherman.
It's true, but he can kind of size him up. Like, how big is this thing?
If it's standing completely up, it's about 8 feet tall. But it's like it's hunched down. It's kind of like now like eye level with Kaleem.
So it's basically ready for anything. He is going to ready an action, and that will be if it decides to attack Kaleem, he'll try to intervene. With a whip attack. That's basically what he's doing. He's kind of grossed out by the look of it. Also, to sate Zoro's curiosity, does it have an ascot on?
It doesn't look like it has anything on at the moment.
Okay, fair enough. That's basically what he's doing.
Anyone else?
Oscar is going to basically ready his weapon and stand in front of the pure spellcasters and basically just shield up Morningstar in hand and just basically waiting to see if it's going to try and charge past the line. I mean, it hasn't attacked yet, so I mean, it might run. He's not looking forward to wasting spells if, we can basically scare this thing off, considering we haven't actually made it to the actual cathedral yet.
Ella's probably just staying there with her head cocked to the side a little bit, just waiting to see what it does. Just real curious.
Could I use insight to see if I have any sense from my, or would it be a religion check to see if I have any sense of what it might do? What
It would be
what they normally do once they're provoked, as this one
Um,
obviously was.
I would say it would probably be insight for you, because the only one that would necessarily have any sort of experience with a Wendigo would be Callian, because or Kalen, because he is a monster hunter.
Okay, so I will just do an insight check then. And I wouldn't worry about the emboldening bond or anything on this. So that would be a 19.
You almost get the sense that this thing is playing with Kaleem, sizing him up for something, but not really making any sort of violent act apparent. Like just getting very close to him and like almost dancing around him as it keeps circling him. And then he just leans in very close to Kaleem's face. Pathetic. Not worth my time. And he starts just to, he kind of like walks by you and just shoulder checks you. Not like putting any force behind it to hurt you, just kind of hunky a bit as he walks by, and he kind of motions past Callian and begins to run down the tunnel.
So when he gets to like 20-25 feet away from me, I'm going to Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Dude,
No.
he's leaving. Let him leave. Please let him leave.
Can I interfere?
We don't know that he's doing it. I mean,
Well, as a reaction, you can okay, let me ask this. How would you interfere?
Well, it requires somatic components. I would grab one of his arms like meat.
He still has another hand, so
True, but
If
it
you
might
had
startle.
something-
It might startle him.
if you
to,
had
like,
something, had something like counterspell, yeah, you can interfere.
You want me to use the whip on his arms?
No.
So I mean, this is the nice way. Like, wait a minute.
I'm also a warcaster, so
It's like,
Fuck.
yeah, exactly. It's like
Oh,
wait.
jeez.
if you had it, you'd have to trip him.
I mean, you could call out to him to wait, but
Yeah,
it's all
I'll do
up to
that.
Kaleem if he wants to like listen or if he's just gonna throw a.
Wait, Kaleem. Wait. It's leaving.
No, I'm dropping that sacred flame.
Go ahead.
Hadouken!
Cleric spells. How do they work? Sacred flame. Okay, it is a dexterity save from the Wendigo.
From the Wendigo?
Yep.
That will be a 28.
God damn.
That sure beats the DC of 17.
So you fire the sacred flame, and he kind of just like very oddly jumps and twists his body to where he just clings up onto the wall for just a moment as the sacred flame passes underneath him, and then he just releases and runs down the tunnel.
Towards us or away from us?
He's running down the tunnel that the hole in the wall led into, that secret tunnel that was going down towards deeper down under the street. So he's already like cleared the room that you guys were in, and he's already started to run down away from you.
Okay. And he didn't turn around.
No, he just easily dodged the sacred flame and just started running.
It would seem we'll have to meet up with it another time. Soon.
Need I remind all of you that we are here to eradicate these monsters?
Aye. You're correct on
Yeah.
that.
All in one spot, it's a lot easier.
Usually, it's a lot more difficult when they're all in one spot.
You just get them all in one spot and you hit them with some fire.
Oscar's gonna look around the room and, considering it's like a very confined space, with like a lot of having to shoot, cast, and not being able to stand side to side to prevent like
The room that you're in may be 15 by 15. It's not a big room.
yeah.
That's
That's what Oz was gonna say. He's just like, yeah, this room's kind of small. We don't want to not have tactical advantage on something like that.
Hey, there's
Yay,
a
Zoro!
Hey.
Zoro.
On a call since 6:30. I hate calls that take so long. Hi.
Hello.
So is this fucker getting away?
Yeah.
It ran down the tunnel.
The fucker
Yeah.
has gotten away.
He
Oh.
went down the secret tunnel.
It was not the ascot one. Sorry.
Yeah,
Didn't have an ascot on.
Oscar's gonna call, Kaylin out. He's like, I was under the impression you were a battle priest of some kind. Do you not know that this is not the most advantage? This is a very disadvantageous area for us to be fighting something of its caliber.
But its size.
We outnumbered it. We were
So-
fine.
No. You see all these bodies, they outnumbered it. That didn't work.
Is the blood being dragged over in that pile?
The blood is all over this room, but yeah, like when you followed the blood from the hallway into this room, there was definitely drag marks that were leading in.
Okay, so I have a feature that, because of course, new blood hunter, who dis, that I didn't know I had. Also, totally forgot, I actually should have done an additional D8 die, which is ridiculous. So I roll 3 chemo, whatever, dies. So that's ridiculous. I roll 4 D8s per attack. That's ridiculous. Anyway, I would like to, because I think it's objects only. I mean, a skull's an object, right?
Skull is an object.
Okay, and there's no limit to how many times I could do this. So, what I want to do is I want to walk over to the pile that it emerged from, and I would like to just kneel down and touch one of the skulls. He closes his eyes, and when he opens them, they completely, both of his eyes just glaze over, just pure black. And he would like to use Grim Psychometry.
Psychometry.
Thank you. Wrong syllable. to recall information of the dark past surrounding this object I am touching. Basically, when you make an intelligence history check to recall information about the darker past surrounding an object you are touching or a location you are present in, you have advantage on the roll. So I want to recall information about this skull.
Give me a history roll.
With advantage.
Is that just a flat out innate ability, or is there?
It's
some
just a
sort
flat out
of-
ability I do. Yep. It's just
But-
flat out
but-
ability.
But we can see like your eyes like turn
Oh, yeah.
black and
Oh, you can see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see it.
oh yeah.
This
Full
is total
on-
Witcher.
Full on Witcher mode for a moment.
It's
Yeah.
pretty badass, that ability. With
Yeah.
a high enough roll, it like lets you see the past of an object or location.
Nice.
Oscar takes out like a writing pad from his like side belt, and he's just like making notes. And he
I'm
does,
not
like-
gonna lie. Seeing all this information when I was creating this character, I'm like, shit, Neric should have been a Ghost Slayer. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, all these
Ghost Slayers are the best. I don't know why more people don't play Ghost Punchers.
Yeah, he's just making like a rough sketch of of him and the eyes turning black and making note that there's no somatic components or any potential like mutagen injections or stuff like that.
It is a 22.
A 22. So you close your eyes for a moment. As soon as you open it up and the blackness takes them, you're almost looking at now a soft bluish room around you. Takes you a moment to get your bearings, but as you're watching, you're now looking at a cleaner version of the room. There are small boxes on the wall, iron slabs that they've stored bodies in. And the body that was belonging to this skull is on the table. And you can see that various cuts and incisions have been made as they were performing an autopsy on it. And there's a singular priest in there, very long white flowing robes, long in his years, maybe mid-50s. Human. You can see that he's writing down in a specific, a very prominent red journal, taking notes as a younger priest walks in, an initiate. And you hear him say, you hear him instruct the young man, take this one to the lab. I believe he will suit our needs for the experiment. And that's when the blackness fades again and you're brought back into the gore-filled room.
So as I blink and my eyes turn back to normal, did the priest, I'm sure it's pretty obvious, but the priest had the symbol of
Lathander.
Lathander on it. Okay.
Yeah. And from your experience with the church, he was a very high-ranking member.
Okay.
He was probably, if he wasn't the one who oversaw everything here, he was up there.
Okay. Now, just because of his age and description, it's not Kaleem, is it?
No, it's not Kaleem.
Okay. So now that I see what that's been done, I want to, because again, I forgot about this ability. I want to now pull the journal back out of my bag, the bloody journal, and I want to put my hand on top of the journal and close my eyes and go back, have them turn black and see the history of this journal or this book that I picked up now.
All right, and as like again, you do that thing, eyes go black, and now you're looking at it from the point of view of its author. As you can writing down in a strange language that's, before I say you don't understand, what languages does Caitlin? Yeah, spelled the wrong way, but or not the wrong way, a weird way.
No, that is
A
the
weird
Irish
way.
way to spell Kaylin.
I know, and it confuses me.
That's fair.
But- Yeah, what
It's-
languages does he speak?
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, and Elvish.
Oh, okay. So this kind of catches you off guard a bit. The priest writing the book is writing in Abyssal.
Oh, fuck.
Like, and when you look down, it's not only just abyssal, but you see diagrams and everything of the intricacies of a human skull and the precision locations to pretty much chisel holes in to break the skull open without damaging the brain. And as it goes on, he goes to another page and there's a diagram of a human brain with more abyssal writing locating on a specific part of the brain. And then the alchemical possibilities of grinding it down and using it for a form of mind control. And that's when you're taken back.
Just, yeah, I'm assuming it's that older priest. I'm not even gonna ask. It probably is. I'm going to. Actually, I'm going to put the journal back. And I'm going to look over at Kaleem and just kind of give him this questionable look. Say, do you know what happened here before the attacks? Do you know if there was some sort of any kind of holidays going on here, any kind of special events aside from the harvest, just something related to the church?
This is not a town that I've visited before. What they do here is not something I'm privy to.
You don't know anything other than what happens within the city itself, I take it.
I know only what the church tells me I should, and their secrets, Hunter, should remain secret.
Sounds like them. I'm actually not going to say anything else. I'm going to keep investigating that tunnel again, cautiously, now that I know that the creature went inside. So my blades are still out and glowing.
Oh, that's right. I've still got my torch up.
Before we proceed, I suggest that the next time I call for action, you remind yourselves that your freedom relies upon your participation. Lead the way, would you, Hunter?
Excuse me, Padre. I don't remember you saying anything about calling us to action there. You were blessing the room. I don't remember you saying that we were to attack. Did I
my
miss that?
casting of a spell directly at the creature as it was fleeing not a call to action?
Me into the hallway long before any of us could take any actions towards it.
Not to mention, there was no explanation of any kind of, like, what that spell was.
You must forgive me. I often forget that I am traveling with heretics. In the future,
non-magical types.
When I attack a creature, that is a call to action.
So the next time you wiggle your fingers and you say some prayer that means nothing to any of us, you want us to go into a single file corridor and fight a monster that's going to pick us off easy peasy. Duly noted.
When I do that and holy flame erupts from my hand toward the creature, then yes.
Sure, those were holy flames that look just like regular flames to me.
It wouldn't feel like regular flame.
So since I was AFK, could I do a quick check as to if that's like regular Wendigo behavior by chance? Of anything I've read up on,
Go
maybe,
ahead and give
perhaps?
me go ahead and either give me a history or a nature roll.
Like in the background, I'm just like, there's so much shit I want to do. Okay. History or nature, you said?
Yep.
I mean, both I do with advantage, but history's better. That is 27.
You know, most of the time they don't talk.
Oh, did it talk?
Yeah.
Fuck.
It called Kaleem pathetic and said it wasn't worth his time. And then walked by and shoulder checked him.
Got it. Okay, I missed that part. I'm going to, so after Kaleem does his thing, he's gonna look at him again questionably and go, actually, this is an opportunity to, in a form, study and learn about the creature, because as a hunter, they're not supposed to talk. They can't talk. This is different. And I don't know why, and I am willing to learn, because what I learned from the creature helps me in future hunts.
And what might have made this creature able to speak? Is it intelligent? Is it possible to have a conversation with one of these?
I had a conversation with one on the way in here.
A one-sided conversation,
Hard.
apparently.
It's hard to say, honestly, because they don't speak. So the fact that it interacted with you, it seemed to have some form of intelligence and personality even. So if it was not this woman and her magics that have done this, we keep forgetting there's something else involved here too that could also be causing this. So once again, I would like to learn, because without this information, I am unsure as you. This is new and different and not normal. So I'd like to see what is causing this. If it's even possible that it's something else. Or perhaps it's a mutated, twisted form of what once was a Wendigo. Something more advanced. Perhaps they are becoming more intelligent. Maybe that's not the only one. It's difficult to say.
When Hellion says that, Oscar's gonna whisper under his breath. He's like, "Well, called the priest pathetic. Sounds pretty smart to me."
Well, we're not going to find out anything else here. I think we've spent enough dilly-dallying in this room.
Yeah.
Should I take points?
Yeah, I'll be right behind you.
Fair enough. And they'll start leading the way with the torch
Okay.
and whip.
Oscar will bring up the rear. It's like, because it's single file, so it should be a shield behind the party.
Fair enough.
Kaylin's suggesting that at least Amber or Mila being close to him, just because, again, human doesn't have dark vision. So if something sneaks up, it's just nice to have someone who can see it.
Okay, I'll pop in then behind as requested.
Okay.
But it's
Thank you.
not getting that close to the front.
Yep, that's yep.
But I will kind of be watching out to see if Mila's somewhere at least close to somebody who's can offer her protection.
I am right behind Clean, just like I always am. This is now my spot.
Doesn't use a pig. Doesn't use a pig.
No,
I
not
love
even.
that you're like my mouse guard person.
Yeah.
You're just always fucking with Fox's
I
clothes.
mean, I think the moment you guys have to start running away from something, she's just gonna stab him in the back of the leg with the wand and just run.
Like, oh no!
lose my wand.
He's fallen and he can't get
Well,
up.
you'd be able to pull it back out.
True.
Maybe.
So
Do we though? Now she hits an artery, then you don't want to
You-
pull it out.
That's not my problem.
you start to walk down this tunnel for quite a bit. Like longer than you expect it to be. If there is something obviously wrong. When you look behind you, you haven't made any progress. Not 5 feet behind the final person is that hole in the wall.
Kel is just gonna stop. And just kind of like motion everyone else to stop. He looks back and he sees that. Does that seem normal to you? And he's just kind of like pointing back towards the entrance. Or is that some sort of other wiggity magic stuff?
Can
'Cause I
anyone
feel like we've
detect
been
if there's
walking
any
for a while.
magic? I lack that ability.
I don't know. Does anyone have detect magic?
Hope to God. If no one has prestidigitation, someone better have detect magic.
Nope.
Oh no!
I am not
Dispel
that, I
magic.
am not that kind of player right now.
Oh no! That's some of the most useful spells.
Does anyone have Arcana?
Grease monkey.
Arcana
do.
won't tell you anything.
I am a grease monkey. I
Oh.
don't deal in your weird boogity boo nonsense.
I
Yeah.
Layla
have
has
like
other things to worry about than whether or not there's magic around.
I have like 5 or 6 spells, and none of them, half of them are racial. They're just like,
All
nope.
right.
Look, I got the important spell. Fireball.
Yeah.
Only one you need.
I can't judge you on that because everyone should have fireball.
Yeah.
Only fireball if that's the case.
I have flame arrows. I mean,
A
does that
wizard
count?
without fireball is like a warlock without eldritch blast. It's just wrong.
I didn't want to take that as Subira, and I was like,
Not
there's
for
really
now.
nothing else. God damn it.
I will tell Zoro, for you, if one of my characters dies and I'm forced to play a warlock, I will recreate my Adventure League warlock for you, just to show you how devastating Eldritch Blast can be once you get to like mid levels.
Oh no, it can be. It's just
it is-
it's the stigma that follows warlock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
that's true.
cast eldritch
It's true.
blast.
Yep.
I don't
Exactly.
care. I'll cast.
I
that
don't
shit
want to
all
be a
day.
stereotype, damn it.
So does
Yeah,
anyone have detect magic or any sort
I
of?
went for more aggressive spells, unfortunately, and that wasn't one I picked.
And I don't
So-
detect things, I just dispel them, apparently.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll just do my thing. I'm gonna touch the wall, see if I get any history from it.
Go ahead and give me a history roll.
Yeah, the best I can do in this situation. Oh, thank God, because they're the one with a nat 1. Okay, that is a 19.
Okay.
I rolled low.
Well, a 19 is still good.
Yeah.
So when you touch the wall, you see the final days of its preparation as a team of masons was brought down here, masons and stoneworkers, to make a finely cut stone corridor that leads from the mortuary all the way to the church as a means to move bodies of importance underneath just without having to bring them up top. But you go forward a little bit in time and you see bodies of people who wouldn't really necessarily strike you as somebody important being wheeled off by once again that young priest that you saw previously. But every time he goes about 20 feet into the tunnel, he kind of grasps his holy symbol, and a strange ripple effect happens to cover his tracks as he continues on down the tunnel.
Father Kaleem, I
Yes.
may have some information regarding this strange tunnel. It is perhaps protected by magic to help guide the priests through here. I don't know if it is necessarily connected to your holy symbol to help guide you through safely, or perhaps it is just pure magic that they used to cover their steps as they continue on. So I don't know if you want to attempt to dispel this magic to help, or if that doesn't work, maybe use your holy symbol to show that you are one of the priests that have passed through here to get us safely through the church, for it does, in fact, connect us to the church.
Good suggestions, Hunter. Let us try and allow the light of his symbol to guide us. If that does not work, I shall attempt to dispel it. So,
Good luck.
I'm going to take off the necklace that my holy symbol hangs off of and just kind of hold it out in front of me and try walking down the tunnel.
It's about 20 feet, roughly, that I guessed from this priest as he was passing through.
And you see Colleen begin to walk forward, and as soon as he hits that 20-foot mark, he sort of vanishes from sight. And then a few moments later,
Run.
he appears behind you, walking by you. And Colleen, you notice, like, as soon as you clear that barrier, you're coming through, you're now behind your group.
So there we have it.
What the hell?
That is an interesting bit of magic, isn't it?
I'm gonna back away before he starts using more magic and just kind of gets out of the tunnel real quick.
And perhaps it is something we need to dispel if it's possible.
I will make an effort. I'm going to move forward up to the point where Kaylin tells me that this thing happens. Then again, holding my holy symbol out as the catalyst for the spell, I will attempt to dispel it.
All right, can I get a DC check here?
You sure can. Oh, that is a good time for a nat 20 for a total of 25.
That is actually really good. You needed a 21 to break it.
Oh,
So
Oh, it's broken.
you hold out.
someone comes in handy.
You hold out the symbol of Lathander, and a bright sheen overtakes it as beams of daylight shoot out and pierce this veil, driving it away. But as
Okay.
soon as it's dispelled, you no longer see this wonderfully cut corridor. It's now been torn apart. You now just see dirt and rock face beyond the 20 feet. More bodies kind of laying against the walls, torn asunder. Bite marks randomly, flesh torn away from the bodies. But as the light dies down from your symbol, Kaleem, you see the ceiling. You see the ceiling moving. As every now and then you can see bodies just crawling on top of one another on their bright red eyes looking around. As this entire corridor, the ceiling is covered with ghouls.
So, doing my best not to scream, I'm going to motion Kalen over without saying anything. And once he approaches, I'm just going to kind of point up, directing his attention towards it.
And Kalen, you, like, for all you can see, these ghouls just keep going on and on and on. Just within the general vicinity of you, you probably see a good 50 on the ceiling. They haven't really noticed any of you just yet.
Do I see our destination? Is it covered by them at all?
The floor and the extent of the tunnel itself is not covered by them. They all seem to be clinging to the ceiling, almost like bats.
Okay. I'm going to turn back to the group and just very slowly just go.
And when you say that, like, Oscar's gonna look at you and like just motion towards his armor and like give you like a condescending look. It's like,
Clank, clank, clank,
yeah,
clank.
it's like,
Like, even the fighter's going,
Does anyone have the silent spell?
it's like me to do what?
Also no.
Oh,
Nani?
not need to fuck.
Actually,
Nani the fuck?
I do have the silence spell, but silence is on a fixed point.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
True.
Yeah, they
What's
changed
the radius on it?
the radius is only 20 feet.
Yeah, they changed it because too many people were using it to freaking rafflecopter wizards.
Yeah, if I could like cast it on an object of mine and take it with us, I would, but it is unfortunately a fixed point.
Well, how far is it from us to the other side of this room?
From you to the other side of this room, you're looking at 250, 300 feet.
Isn't it a ritual?
It is.
Silence?
So, you know,
But it
we
stays
could
in one
stay,
point, though.
stay here for 10 minutes, move forward 40 feet, wait another 10 minutes to ritual again, move forward another feet.
Yeah, let's Venn diagram
But
this shit.
the thing is silence only, kills sound. It doesn't kill smell. It doesn't kill sight.
Doesn't. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, and this is, we have 2 clerics, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And another thing that I noticed earlier was that the Wendigo went through here
Not a problem.
without a problem.
Yeah,
It's already
it's-
undead.
Yeah, it's like a dude, bro. He's like, no one's gonna
Yeah.
fuck with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you got the ghouls and you've got the alpha walking through the ground. Nothing's gonna screw with that.
Well, no, it's more the fact that just like the priest being able to go through
He
this
walked
illusion,
right through that barrier.
Yeah, that's giving me a red flag.
But also, from what I saw, this could have been before the ghouls, but I don't know that.
It's true.
You do know that what you saw was definitely before the ghouls because
Yeah,
everything was still pristine.
that is my assumption because everything was fine. um. So, nah,
I mean,
that's a lot of
Tur-
ghouls.
mm,
That's a lot of ghouls.
Kel would know. Kel would not
Hold on
know.
real quick. Let me see. Okay. Okay. The group is still kind of pretty much at the beginning part of it. It's just me and Kaleem that's a little further up. So I'm going to gesture Kaleem to go back to the group with me. And very, very quietly, and I'm going to stage whisper this. There are a lot of ghouls hanging out on the ceiling. A lot. We either need to think of a plan to get past, or we will have to sneak. Either way, we need to figure out what to do with all these ghouls because we're very much outnumbered.
Just gonna throwing this out there.
How tall is the hallway?
About 10 feet high.
Oh, so they're like right there. We could high five them as we walk by.
Yep.
Fuck.
No.
So
Well,
Yeah,
some of you could.
I assumed they were really close since I was able to see them without dark vision.
Yeah.
Clerics, you clergy folk, you're pretty good at handling large numbers of small undead, right?
That's not a small number of undead,
That's
though.
a small number.
Uh,
So potentially you guys could potentially see it now after
They're
being to
running
point out.
the entire ceiling, or are they kind of congregated into one area?
Oh no, it's kind of like rats crawling over one another.
That's disgusting.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
like real bats in the cave. They're just like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Coming over.
But-
It's ghouls.
But these bats
Less
are
cute.
mutated humanoid undead that feed on flesh and have a paralysis attack.
and I am
Curious.
one big meaty boy.
Can I see any holes in their
A
head?
Give me a perception roll.
In here. Oh, I don't have advantage on that? That sucks. Oh well. Oh, it's still a decent roll.
You're looking for a hole in their head?
Yes.
You know, yeah, because she saw something in the book when she did.
I'm keeping it
Oh.
secret for reasons. I have reasons. 12, 40, 15.
15? No. From the ones that you can see right now, they all seem to still have the flesh intact on their scalp.
Okay. Ugh. Okay.
I mean, they have various wounds on their bodies and everything, but nothing that would suggest that somebody was able to perform precision brain surgery on them.
Right. Okay.
No signs of them being a Ben Carson.
Yeah. Well, Wendigo,
Well,
we
I
know
have
is top
some-
dog.
I have some dandy spells for holding monsters, but only one at a time.
Oh no.
So that one guy on the ceiling can't do anything, but everyone else is, it's a buffet.
But the rest of the
That-
49 of
that-
them can.
That throng of the other ones can totally like just mess our stuff up.
But if I intimidate the one, I'll do this to the rest of you eventually. No.
I just kind of look over at Mila.
Hmm?
Or yeah. Do you have anything that takes care of large numbers of creatures?
Lots of fire.
Fireworks? I'm not
It
opposed to that.
works. I
Um,
guess tanky people up front, make sure we hold the line,
Ooh.
and then squishies in the back doing their thing.
I don't mind. I have no disillusions that we may have to fight. However, it's still a very large amount. So what we could
fireball
try to
would
do.
not do anything but disturb the nest.
Oh damn.
I figured
So what
that's
we
too
could
long.
try to
It's a
do,
thought.
if we don't want to sneak, what I suggest we could do is run as fast as we can. Try to keep most of them at bay, and see that there more than likely are going to be doors at the other end. I don't know where, but there's probably going to be more doors that we can try to bar them in if we can make it to safety. That's if we decide not to sneak, but if we take them all on, this is just what we can see. That
Can't we
corridor, look how long that is. We don't even know if there's further inside any more of these.
Can't we just use the street? I mean, we're, according to
Well, we tried to go topside before.
We can't
right?
get in
With
that way.
pickiness.
It is completely blocked from the outside. So unless you have a way to get through the building itself, blow a hole in it, hack a hole through it, whatever, this is probably the only other option we have.
I mean, I technically can. It's just it'll be a little noisy. They'll know we're coming.
Well, she knows we're coming anyway.
Yeah.
It's not like we have the surprise behind
Yeah.
us. We don't.
And Oscar did try to use one of his little explosion sticks on the front door, and it really didn't do anything.
Ah.
Oh, I wouldn't
Degrade
use it
the
on the front
arrow.
door. I would basically use it on the wall. Like we know we can't get past the Icker, but in my Morning Star, I have 10 charges of catapult.
Oh, Jesus.
Damn.
Catapult
Like I told you.
spell.
Gearhead.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like all that who-would-you nonsense. No.
Oh, you wanted me to catapult the church. All right, let me just grab this house real quick.
Is
Oh.
this a discussion that's happening out loud?
Yeah, but
No,
stage
no.
whispering.
This is stage
Oh,
whispering.
okay, but we're talking to each other, right?
Yes.
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 Okay.
We're devising a plan.
The doors were blocked. What's the roof of the church, the cathedral made of?
From
No.
everything that you saw, the church from the outside on the street was not an option. It was impenetrable any way you went about it. Even the basement, even like the little double basement doors on the outside were covered in that black ichor. It's almost as if Candi has taken every precaution to keep somebody from entering the church from the street side.
And there's
I
nothing-
was wondering about going
Yeah.
in from the roof.
There's probably nothing saying that there's not like a line of ichor on the inside of the building too.
Yeah.
I think I tried to
So-
find, if I remember correctly, last episode, I think I tried to find a way to see if there was a way to access the roof, and I
Yeah,
think we said
and-
that everything was
Oh,
too high to
okay.
reach.
It was too high to reach, or everything that you saw was covered in that ichor.
Yeah.
I just sort of heard the word catapult and
You want to throw the dwarf.
God.
we have to toss at least one, don't we?
Yeah.
Until the oath.
All right. Well, steady as she goes, then I suppose, and he's got his whip out, and
So it
lets
looks
torch out.
so it looks like they're just. So it looks like they're just they're like Juwand on top of the fucking hallway roof.
Mm-hmm.
You got like a laser beam that can just shoot them all at one time.
That'd be cool.
I mean, no. I mean, I got an option, but I mean, got to get dirty. Might not work. I don't know.
What's that?
I can grease us, and then we can just crawl along the floor and see if we can make it that way.
Metal on stone, not gonna be quiet.
Well, I mean, I said I'd grease us. I'm not saying I just chuck you on the ground and just
No.
spark you across the freaking corridor.
Surfboard.
Who's the
What?
noisy ones that we're worried about?
Everyone that has armor on.
I don't need. Yeah, I don't have disadvantage on stealth. I'm good.
No, so
I mean,
so
I could
Amber.
turn you 3 into an animal and put you in my pocket and carry you across.
I don't have disadvantage.
Amber,
I
Kel,
don't
and,
think, but I'm wearing half plate.
Yeah,
Um,
half plate you'll have disadvantage on
Yep.
stealth.
Also
Okay.
half
Oh,
plate.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oscar's
Well,
wearing half plate as well.
Yeah.
so
I
we just
prefer
gotta.
not to use my magical abilities this early, but
Are we just gonna go for it?
I
oh,
liked her idea of the animals.
Yeah,
The little animals.
Mela said she can polymorph you into animals and put her in her pocket.
I do have polymorph.
We do have a better advantage of sneaking because I would like to sneak as much as possible before we have the need to fight. And
Oh.
I assume you could release them from their animal form if we do need them to help fight.
Do I get to
Good
release?
squirrel. Go.
Sure.
I think it's
Good squirrel.
concentration.
It's concentration, so I can
concentration.
actually do
So you
one
could
of
drop it. Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
only do one.
It's
of them.
not. It's not
Actually, I can do
baleful
two.
polymorph,
Yeah.
at least.
What's
I
that?
can do 2.
You can do
I
two
can
people.
polymorph 2 people because I can twin spell.
Okay. So
Nice.
me and Amber turn into squirrels. We go in your pockets, and then.
And
we
then
go.
that leaves Oscar, the other half plate wearer.
I will
Oh.
warn you, you'll think like a squirrel.
That's okay. As long as you got niblet foods, I'll be fine.
Oh,
Can
he's
you
got
imagine we
niblet
have
foods in my
rations
pocket.
on us?
I mean, I don't want to dip into my arsenal this heavy, but if you can make,
Kind of hard when
them-
you don't have long rest.
Can you make a suitcase out of your armor?
Well, no,
Damn it.
His
I was
last
like-
name,
Suitcase.
his last name is Venkman, not Stark.
yeah.
I really wish I could give you my armor because I have cast off armor.
Yeah.
So I could just be like, take my armor.
Crap. I mean, I can make myself fly.
At least
Oh,
you at least could hover and it would.
Yeah, you can
You wouldn't
glide
have to
across
When,
the ground.
how fast
Yes.
do you move when you're flying?
Hover higher, closer to the ceiling. What can go wrong?
I'm gonna
You can,
hover
hover.
higher.
You can
can
literally
hover.
just lay down and like be a hoverboard.
It'd just be
Yeah.
like, for the record, Rojan, the second I notice them, especially since I have dark vision, I would like to put away my blades.
Probably a good idea because
Yeah.
you do know that light. They can see light, and light does attract them.
Yeah, so I'm like, nope.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean,
oh.
I mean, I have a 60-foot fly speed.
Oh, yeah.
Should I douse my torch then?
Okay, you'll be a
Beats
squirrel
the heck out of
anyways.
my 25-foot walking speed.
Yeah, so if you can hover and you turn them into animals, we have a better chance of getting through quietly. I can't guarantee we'll make it all the way, but I would like to stealth partial of the way, if not all of it.
This is so weird.
And
How do we get the cleric across?
if this is going to happen within the 10 minutes of that emboldening bond, the four of you can roll that d4 as well on your check.
I'm gonna probably say that emboldening bond is done. That 10 minutes and some other time was wasted with you guys just constantly walking.
Just walking down.
Yeah.
the
Walking down,
That's fair.
not looking ahead.
Yeah.
In that
Yeah.
case, before we set out, I will do it again on those of us that aren't animals, just because I feel like we probably need it for this.
All right. So is
These are good
Mela
plans.
is
a
Mela
good plan.
going to twin cast polymorph and have 2 squirrels in her pocket?
Yep. And there is, if you do dig into her pocket, there is random pieces of food in her pocket.
Yay!
Is it candy? Is it all candy?
Sure.
It's candy
How
corn.
about those Halloween
Yeah.
candy
Whatever
corns?
she
Yeah,
has,
it's candy corn.
she has a habit of just stuffing things in her pockets. So
And to answer your question,
Where'd you get
Weird,
this key?
he's not wearing heavy armor. The other,
now the cleric.
I almost
he's
said
not? Oh,
mage,
okay.
cleric. Yeah, he's not that kind of cleric.
No, Kaleem's got a breastplate.
He does have some armor
The
on.
church made him put armor on.
They did. They
They're-
held me down and
they're
strapped
like,
it on.
Look, we like that
It's
you're
like
a
Kevlar. You
zealot.
just have it under the ropes.
Yeah, it's like we like that you're a zealot and everything, but you need protection.
You're a target. Come on.
But
Yeah.
my faith will protect
They
me.
they gave him a breastplate and a flail.
Yep.
And
So
said,
this was a
"Don't be
war
dumb."
cleric that didn't wear armor.
No, he's not a war cleric.
No, he's not a war cleric. He just
I
has
am a
warcaster.
cleric of peace.
He's a peace
By
domain
any
cleric.
means necessary.
Oh.
He's the complete
And yet he
opposite
was
of
the
you.
first one to attack.
And I'm the one that's the
Yeah.
squirrel,
Complete
right?
opposite.
Yeah.
You are
Because
now a squirrel. in
peace
my pocket.
can only be obtained if everyone follows the teachings of Lathander.
You can't commit war crimes if there's no military.
But it is a breastplate, so I don't have disadvantage on stealth.
Violet
Oh,
is slightly
okay.
disappointed she couldn't polymorph the priest boy into a squirrel, but she'll take the other two.
Okay,
Just, like,
so
hold it. Just...
so Amber and Kel are going to be polymorphed into squirrels and then put into her pocket.
And then I will
Squirrels in the
emboldening bond the other four of us that are on foot. So we will have that D4
So
for
so,
our ability check.
basically what you
I-
guys see, and he's just like, and Oscar's really annoyed he has to do this because he doesn't want to like waste these because he knows we're not getting a long rest. So
Yeah, that's the
he-
hard part.
Yeah.
So he bends down and he like flicks some switches on like his boots, and these mechanical wings like imagine the Nike symbols on your Nikes pop out. Like the wings were always there. They were just pressed into the boot.
The
And he
winged
just-
sandals.
They
Yeah,
were
he-
fashionable.
Yeah, he like flicks a switch and they pop out and they just like, you just hear like this tiny whirring. It's like barely noticeable, and they just start flapping and he like just goes off the air.
I mean, okay, I appreciate that, Azrin, because anytime I give somebody boots of jumping, the way that they have to activate them is they're like the old pumps. So you got to pump them up before you jump.
Oh nah, dude! I would go total old school
Yes.
Warner Brothers and have
Yeah.
have the spring shoes.
Ah.
I would have this I would just basically just click and they just like shoing. just basically
The moon
like,
shoes.
Exactly, dude. That's how you gotta do it, man. I'm loving the fact that specifically for artificers, it tells you it's like all your magic is
It's all tech, yeah.
It's all tech, yeah.
Yeah.
Like my like your preparation is you sitting at a workbench.
It's magic, but it's nerd magic.
Exactly.
All right, so you activate the flight on your boots, giving you the 60-foot fly speed and allowing you to hover. So that is only 3 of you if you are going to make stealth checks, to have to make stealth checks. Well, no, Oscar will still need to make a stealth check, but it won't be at disadvantage because he's flying.
Right.
So he's fine.
I mean, basically he's gonna like crouch low and put his shield over his head
Mhm.
and just basically just hold on to whoever's walking in front of him.
Are you
Yeah.
doing like the cannonball motion and
Yeah.
you're just like hovering over?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I'll roll the stealth check, but he does it like stealth is not his thing.
Yeah, he's just like he's holding on to like Kaleem's robe or something and letting him pull him along.
But
exactly.
he's also moving at 60 feet
Only
he's
if he
able
wants
to.
I'm able
If
to.
he wants to,
Able
he
to.
can
like,
go
Oh,
up
okay.
to.
Yeah, like if shit hits the fan, like, boom, he's gonna book.
The rockets activate on the shoes and he just takes off.
Yeah.
All right, so let's
Activate nitro.
yeah.
Trust me, if something
So
goes wrong, I'm
for-
hucking the squirrels out of my pockets. They hit the ground hard enough to pop back out.
God.
It's like you
Is it
throw
like-
them down.
Don't
It's a squirrel
fuck the
bomb.
squirrels.
You
Don't
throw 'em
fuck
down
the
like you-
They're
squirrels.
not Pokemon. They're not Pokemon.
All I can see is you reach into your bag, you throw them out like a pair of flashbangs and keep running.
Yes, that's what she's doing.
They're just sitting on the floor like, the hell just happened?
Overrun by ghouls. Okay, so those of you who are not squirrels or I need stealth rolls if that's the way you're going.
Okay.
So how many stealth rolls are we gonna have to make, or you're not gonna tell us?
I'm not gonna tell you. That's
Okay.
the glory.
I figured I'd ask to see if maybe, in a moment of weakness you would reveal, but I'm gonna burn a flash of genius on this
Probably a good idea.
and use my D4 to make sure.
27.
27.
Oh, I don't even have to roll. I will roll the D4 because that's part of the spell, but I don't have to use my flash of genius.
Now I don't have to use the D4 at least until
You don't
within
have
10 minutes.
to, but you can.
You
Cool.
can
Well,
use it every turn, though.
Yeah, you can use it every turn. It keeps
You know what?
going
Why
for the
not?
full 10
Let's
minutes.
just make
Yeah.
this. Let's make this ridiculous.
Actually, you know what?
It's all one and done.
I'm gonna see. I'm
what I
gonna
was
risk it. 19. That's,
Okay.
That's with my
We got
shitty stealth
we got a
and no
27,
disadvantages.
a 19,
I also rolled a 19.
19,
31.
31.
Beavis.
I am proficient and have very high stealth.
All right, so all of you begin to like slowly creep down the corridor, like every now and then stopping as you see like one of the ghouls' heads pop up and kind of like look through the writhing mass up on the ceiling. But as soon as it tucks back down, you begin to continue moving down. You make it about 60 or so feet. And I need
For the record, I forgot to say this. Kaylin's actually going to stay in the back. That way, if anything were to happen as they're moving forward, he can at least protect
Actually, yeah.
the group from behind.
What is the marching order right now? That is a
Yeah.
that's a question I should have asked.
Whoever is in the rear, that's who Oscar is holding on to get pulled along.
Okay.
I am behind Kaleem.
I'm not
That
kidding.
means
That's what he's
Kaleem is
doing.
in the front.
I was
So
gonna say, it
since,
sounds like
since I'm in the back, I'm more of pushing you along.
Like if
Sounds
you
like
want
I'm
to
in the
push
front,
me,
yeah.
or if
Okay.
let me
I'll
like
push
hang
you.
onto your collar, yeah.
So you make it 60 feet down
Maybe
the
stroll.
corridor,
Okay.
and I'm going to need another stealth roll.
Oh,
26.
ooh, that's not good. Let's see. Oh my god, that's really bad.
Roll your D4.
I don't know if D4 and the Flash of Genius together can help that roll.
You might as well do it.
wait. Before you say what the number is, I can use a reaction to maybe help you a little bit. It may also really not help you though. So I will use a first level spell, Twist the Skein. So I have to roll a d20, and it will either add or subtract from your number rolled.
Ooh,
Is that a luck thing?
That's an
that's
abjuration bullshit
enchantment.
right there.
That's enchantment.
Enchantment.
That's enchantment, not
That is
abjuration?
that is a level 1 enchantment spell.
Wow, I would not have guessed enchantment. That is like 100% abjuration in my mind.
It adds to it, but nowhere near as much as I had hoped. So you can add 2 to your roll.
Okay.
Look on the bright
so-
side; it wasn't a negative number.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Damn, that's good.
Oh, that's genius.
I did a 23, by the way.
23. What did Mela get?
26.
26. What did Kaleem get?
17.
17.
I rolled low. It's true. Thankfully, half the stuff I've had to do, I'm like proficient in. I have a lot in it too, and that's just regular proficiency. It's not even like expert or anything.
I'm happy with my
proficient.
rolls so far because I have 0 in stealth.
I'm gonna roll and use my Flash of Genius.
This would be a good time to use it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're 6 feet in. We've committed.
Much.
18 total.
18.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You all begin to like creep down the hallway even more, stopping a bit more as Kaleem, like, his foot comes in contact with a bone on the ground and kind of kicks it, makes a brief noise, and all of you stop and hunker down to the ground. A couple heads like popping up, looking around, anxious, and just slowly going back into the mass. And you continue down, now about 120 feet down this pathway.
We're halfway, guys. We're halfway.
And then you hear a bit of a laugh, very deep laugh coming from behind you. And as you look, you see that Wendigo standing back at the entrance of the tunnel. As it puts its hands onto the ground and it just lets out a huge scream towards you, as you just see all these heads begin to pop up out of the mass. And they look at you, and he begins to point where you're at.
Go, 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 go,
And
go,
they
go, go, go,
all
go.
turn and look at you. And that is where we're going to take our first break.
Oh.
Oh,
I did say go.
jeez.
Run! Run, you fools!
They're
Fly, you fool. But yeah, so that is where we are going to take our first break, everyone. Going to be away for probably about 5 minutes or so we get up, stretch our legs, get something to drink. And when we get back, I don't know, maybe some people get eaten by some ghouls. Who knows? But
Yay!
stick with us, everyone. We will be back.
realized that I
And we are back.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hi.
that look under your features.
Yeah, I got it. I found
Cool.
it. I've got it.
I'm not exactly sure what the CR of ghouls are though. So yeah.
They're
So
probably modified from whatever the base school is.
hi.
It's right now it's 2 or
everything-
lower for you.
Everything
back.
Rojan touches is
We're
modified
back,
from the
yep.
base.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything is
it
modified. I barely use anything from the books. The books are more of a
Guideline.
template. They're more of a
Every
So-
template.
single one of these ghouls is a CR12.
That's the reason I assume, you know?
Oh,
I figured
oh,
that
yeah.
that's what's the case.
I mean,
Yeah.
that would be cool if they were a CR12, but they're not.
Yeah, really.
That would be over.
So, you ever see ghouls be turned into a swarm?
We're about
Probably
to
fucking
apparently.
run. I yell out run.
And as you yell out run, you just see a wave of them just kind of like releasing from the ceiling
I
down the path
Will.
behind you, dropping onto the ground and just begin charging towards you, clambering over clambering over each other just for a promise of a fresh meal.
28 days
I'd
later.
like to cast darkness behind Kalen in
Okay,
the hallway.
so you turn, you throw darkness behind you.
Hoping to slow him down.
Which
Then pops out squirrels out of concentration.
Okay, and the squirrels pop out.
What? Oh boy.
Run,
You know.
run.
Running.
At this point, stealth doesn't matter, so run.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
before you start running,
Oh.
I need initiative.
Okay.
boy.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I don't have Sirenscape going. Oh no.
That's the first bad roll I've had on these dice.
Now is
Wow.
the worst possible time for the roll I just got.
Yeah, same.
No.
Okay, so let's see what we've got. Oh, well, that sucks the water.
Okay.
Hurting a little bit. Yeah, that's bad dex.
I need to zoom out of that map.
So it looks like
You don't have to zoom out of the map. We're not using the map.
Okay.
All
Oh
of-
god, we're on here twice? 3 times? Oh god.
What?
Oh, we are.
No.
Yeah, we're on here twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Return order.
Oh,
Double initiative. Let's go.
I mean, I can't roll
Yeah,
any worse, right?
Oh,
Redo.
we get to re-roll.
No.
Never hurts to ask.
Ugh. Hate ghouls. Hate them.
I'm looking at this going, was this really a D20 I rolled? Okay. Why is this not?
Because someone is typing it in, that's why.
Yep.
Only one person can type at a time.
Oh, this is the Groudon syndrome.
Yeah, it is.
And yeah.
Yeah, but Fox does that purposefully.
Yeah.
So, kicking things off. Oh, beforehand, Nayla, where do you throw the squirrels? Do you throw them behind you or in front of you? You're muted.
They would have come out the moment I cast darkness, so they were in my pockets and they popped out.
Where?
Pockets blew up.
Oh, kind of. They just like blew out of the pockets.
Yeah. Because I
Okay.
forgot that I was
I was-
concentrating
I
on
was
a
like-
spell.
I was
I
eating
need.
So-
something, damn it.
Okay, so if that's the case, I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Sorry, I
Oh,
forgot I was
no.
concentrating. I forgot darkness was concentration.
Oops.
So
That was my bad.
I need a dexterity saving throw from you, Mela.
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, I can do that.
Dex.
Dexterity saving throw. That's 21.
Okay. So as you throw them out and you cast the spell, you kind of get like tangled up. As they pop, they just explode out of your pockets, kind of tearing your robe a bit as you all like are now like piled on top of each other, prone.
Oh,
Okay.
And that's when I yell at them to run.
This is why I forgot from forgetting. So.
So, ghouls at this moment are currently doing like a tidal wave, dropping from the ceiling and landing down and just begin charging forward. Let's see the ghoul for a second here. Though the darkness will buy you a turn.
Oh no!
Hey, it did something. What happened? Oh.
The camera
Zoom.
shifted.
Zoom happened. So,
no, that was my fault.
How dare you.
Oscar,
Ad.
Yes.
what are you doing?
I mean, I see. So I can see Amber and the other two on the floor.
Along with Mela, yeah. As they kind of like explode out of the pockets.
Nibbling on niblets.
Some random food sticking out of their mouth.
A little bit of pocket lint.
Food's all over the floor.
That candy corn was a nice size for it. Now they're like, oh.
Are so, because I'm presuming we're all gonna run, but they're on the ground. So what I'm gonna do is in front of the area that I can see where the darkness is, but not on top of them. I'm going to.
They're on the opposite side. They're in the front of the group. You're in the back. You're in the back with Kaylin.
Okay, so
the
behind
darkness
us.
is behind you.
okay. And where are the zombies? I mean, the ghouls.
The ghouls are behind you as well, where the darkness is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then I'm going to, as an action, I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast grease directly on the edge of the darkness as you're coming out of it.
Okay.
So it overlaps a little bit. So it's a 10-foot square center on a point. So basically, I think the corridor is like 5 feet, or if it's 10 feet, it would just cover the whole walkway. So that whole floor space, 10 feet out from the edge of the darkness, is going to be greased. And I'm basically doing like full movement, 60 feet, like, just
Flying.
yeah. Like,
Okay.
I'm gonna Kid Icarus the fuck out of there.
Okay.
Rocket Man.
Kaylin.
Oh yeah, I'm just running. I'm just hauling ass.
All
I have both my. I would like to have both.
Give me a second
Okay.
here. I'm doing this just so
Oh, just so we can have order. Yeah.
I know what the order is, because I need to do something here.
Yeah. Excuse me.
All right.
Okay, so blades out. Bonus action, going to activate my rights of the dawn, naturally. And I am going to use the other part of my movement to start running, still making sure that I am in the back of the group. As I'm continuing to yell, just run.
So you're intentionally keep slowing down in order to make sure that you're the last person.
Yes.
Okay.
I obviously want to be right on my group's heels, but
Yeah.
as closely as I can. But yeah, I want to make sure that I am
Okay.
in the back the whole time.
Kel.
Kel is going to stand up. He's going to pick up the other two prone people, just kind of get them on their feet.
Okay, if you do that, that's your entire movement.
That is my entire movement. And for his action, actually for his bonus action, he's going to draw his katana in the other hand.
Okay.
and just tell everybody, get moving.
Mila.
I'm sure as fuck, isn't she? I'll start. Wait, say a second. See. 20 feet. All right, I'm gonna start moving. I'll move my full. I'm up on my feet, right?
Yeah, you were
Right.
picked up on your feet.
So I'll move my action to dash. So I move 50 feet down the corridor.
Okay.
Probably notice the grease, so I'm going to wait until everyone else is clear of the grease, and then for my next turn, I want to do something with it.
Okay. Amber, you are also on your feet.
Okay, I will also do a 50-foot dash in the direction that Oscar has gone.
Okay. Kaleem.
In this tunnelway that we're in, is there any like support pillars or anything?
Nope, it's just a
helping to keep
tunnel.
Okay. In that case, I will just use my action to dash 60 feet.
Okay. All right, the ghouls.
So are we running towards the Wendigo now, essentially?
No, you're the Wendigo was behind you.
Behind us, okay.
All right, so the Wendigos, you hear some of them kind of slip and whatnot as they're coming out of the darkness, but others begin to pile on over them as you see others running along the wall.
Wendigos or ghouls?
Ghouls, I'm sorry.
Oh, thank God. I was like, there's. Oh, God. Okay.
Panic me for a moment too.
And they're gonna use a little technique called overrun here. Does a 17 hit Kaylin? All right.
Nope.
You're fine. But you feel them like right on your heels, like reaching out, clambering for you, trying to just get a hold of you. And you had this feeling that if you're caught and you're pulled down, it's the end. There is no surviving this.
Jesus. Okay.
There is that many ghouls running after you.
Okay.
And as you're clearing the distance, more are like trying to drop on top of you from the roof, but they just miss every time. Oscar, currently flying at 60 feet.
They look like they're like okay to make it.
If they keep running. If nobody tries to be the hero, you have a feeling you may be able to outrun them.
Does anyone look like they're having a hard time running?
You necessarily wouldn't be able to tell that as you were flying forward. You're not kind of like flying backwards to like get a look at everyone. All you know is potential death is behind you if you stop moving.
All right, well, if we're running, then he's gonna dash 120.
120. All right, so you go forward 120 and you kind of abruptly stop at the end of the hall. And you are now once again in like this finely cut stone, and off to the right, it continues on down probably in a good another 40 feet before going off into another bend. And on the left of you is a set of heavy iron double doors.
I already used both my actions. He's gonna stop as close to the double doors as he can.
Okay. And the doors are like right as you stop, the doors are right there. Like off to your left, off to your right is the path or the tunnel extension.
Gotcha.
All right.
All right.
So I'm going to move you to the front over here because you're kind of like already there. Kaylin.
Go, Kaylin.
I'm judging from seeing everyone's movement. The ghoul came right after me.
Not the ghoul, the ghouls. There's just
ghouls,
like multiple.
yes.
There's like hands like clambering at you from behind. They're like leaping off the wall at you. But thankfully, like in their hysteria, they're more colliding into one another than actually finding home.
Okay, I would like to delay my turn until Kel is gone.
Okay. Kel.
Oh, I thought the ghouls happened right after me.
No.
When did they take their turn?
Top of the order at 20.
Oh, my bad. Okay. If that's the case, I would like to delay my turn until I'm at the bottom of the order before the ghouls.
Kaleem. With
Yeah.
his 1.2 initiative.
Yes. Yes. I would like to, delay my turn until Kaleem is done.
Okay. Kel. From the looks of it, everyone in your group is running. As the torrent of ghouls spilling out from the darkness, like even to an untrained individual, would spell certain death if you tried to stem the tide in any way.
He will catch up to just behind Mila and Amber.
Okay.
So 50 feet.
50 feet. Alrighty. Mila.
Can I use my movement to climb Kel and sit on his backpacks?
No.
Damn it. Okay.
I was thinking about
everyone is in a sprint and you're in front of him.
Okay.
Go.
Looking back at the greased ghouls trying to pop out of that darkness, can I cast Firebolt at the grease and try and ignite it?
The grease isn't. You don't necessarily have a target at the grease anymore because they're just like spilling over one another.
Okay, in that case, 50 feet dash.
Okay. All right, you make it to the end of the hallway as well. With your dash, with the dash of 50 feet, you are now right behind, like right on Oscar's butt, and you see the two same things: the heavy iron doors and the continuation of the tunnel.
That was my action, so that will be the end of my turn.
Amber.
Also a sprint of 50 feet to get as far towards those doors as I can.
Yeah, and that will put you at the end of the hallway as well.
Okay, is that my whole turn or?
That's your movement and your action.
Okay,
for a
so
dash.
okay, all right.
You still have a bonus action if you have anything like that, or free actions.
No, I was thinking about doing an insight check to know if I would know whether the hallways were right or whether the door was the door into the church.
Yeah, that would be a full action. So
okay, all right, not now.
Kaleem.
60-foot dash.
All right, you are at the end of the hallway as well, putting you in the viewing of the continuation of the hallway and those heavy iron doors.
That is all I can do.
Kaylin.
Yeah, now that I see that God, Kel's still back here?
Well, actually, I dashed ahead.
Yeah, he dashed ahead. He's 50 feet
Oh,
ahead
okay.
of you.
Yeah, no, okay. But even perfect. I'm gonna use my full movement. Which is, I think my speed right now is 35. So whatever it is, as long as I'm still right behind the group.
Behind Kel or behind or with the rest of the group?
No, with the.
Because Kel
Kel's
is
with the rest of the group.
no,
isn't he?
Kel's in front of you 50 feet. Everyone else is at the end of the hallway.
Remember, I had to stop to pick up the other two, and they kept going, and then I caught
Oh,
up
okay.
with them.
I'm standing.
You're still
I'm
way
behind
back.
Kel.
Okay,
I'm still behind Kel.
so you move 50 feet to meet Kel.
Okay.
All right, ghouls. You're running, Kaylin, and you feel like claws just like streak back across like the back of your armor, and just for a brief moment, one of them like kind of like hooks their finger, like hooks one of the leather bindings, and you're kind of pulled back briefly, but they lose their grip. Oscar. Muted.
So he's going to use his action to push open the double doors.
All right, and like, what's your strength?
His strength right now is a 16.
Oh yeah, you easily are able to push these doors open. And when you push them open, inside you see a very strongly fortified brick room. From what it looks like a lot of supplies are kept down here. Barrels, books, parchment, handles.
All right, he's going to step into the room.
Okay, you step on
Yeah,
into the room.
He's going to step into the room and then brace himself behind one of the doors and keep his head out, so that way when everyone gets in, like the last person, he's going to start closing the doors.
Okay, you can most definitely do that. Kel.
Right behind me. He's 60-foot dash.
All right, and you're able
and
to
catches up and
you're
gets
able
into
to
the room.
catch up and jump into the room. Mila.
Jumping in the room and moving as far away from those doors as I could get and still be in view of
Right.
what's happening.
All right,
I
Amber.
don't want to go around any corners.
I see what Oscar has done. I go into the room. I go to the other door and get behind it and brace myself against that one.
Cool. Kaleem.
I'm going to go into the room as well and position myself so I'm kind of in the doorway, but not like in the way of the doors or people coming in. And I'm going to hold action, turn undead if it looks like Kaylin isn't going to be making it into the room, but is in range of the turn undead.
Okay. Kaylin.
Yeah, I'm going to, seeing how everyone is inside, and their heads kind of poking out, he's going to go in and run as fast as possible, which he has
70 feet if you dash.
70 feet. So he's going to completely go in, and the second he's inside, he immediately swivels around and helps them close the door.
All right. And with the three of you, you're able to slam the door shut, and there's just a large slam against it, as you can hear multiple hands and bodies colliding with the iron on the other side. Every now and then the door looks like it's going to give way, but you're able to push it back. A quick view of the room, anyone who's got a passive perception of 10, you'll see that there is a wooden latch.
Yeah.
Not a wooden latch, but like a
Like
very
a drop
large,
arm?
like a very large wooden beam that you could put in front of the door to hold it shut.
That was going to be my next action.
Yeah,
was
Kel
to check.
just
Y'all
comes
see
forward with
Mila
it.
turn around, start looking for things to brace the doorway.
Yeah, and Kel,
Yeah,
She does not.
I
Kel
have a
just picks it up
passive.
and move, boom.
yeah, Kel picks it up, throws it down, and the slamming continues for probably a good 15 minutes, but that beam holds. And slowly but surely, it's like the frenzy calms down.
Well, that actually went better than I thought.
Kel comes up behind Kale and slaps him on the back. Good job.
Yeah, thanks. You all as well. Got in quick, which is good.
Oscar's going to find a seat and sit down.
I think think we need to kind of look around and see what we can do and where we need to go. Because we're not going back that way.
Amber starts looking around the room to see if she can see where we could possibly go next, or if there's anything that would be of use to us there, or where try to get orientated as well as to where we are in the church.
All right,
and
go-
what.
Okay, so go ahead and give me an investigation roll for the room.
Okay. Investigation. Why am I not seeing it? Oh, there it is. Oh, no, that's not good. I have a high passive perception, but the investigation roll's only 5.
Okay. So try as you might, you can't really get much of a grip as to where specifically you are, or if any place in this room leads anywhere aside from the door you just came in. There are a vast majority of shelving units in here, along with storage barrels. Even without a high investigation roll, all of you kind of assume this is probably a storage closet or some sort of room that was used by a quartermaster.
Kel's gonna actually walk around, start taking inventory, actually, just to get his mind off of everything else.
Okay.
So he's just going one by one per item, just trying to figure out what's in here.
It's a lot of books and candles and prayer beads. Some holy text as well. Nothing of use.
Burn the holy text. Just kidding.
Can I ask, might he find, if he was looking, any surgical instruments?
There's nothing like that down here. It looks like it's all just
Above board church storage room.
Yep.
Are there barrels of salt?
No.
Damn it. About.
Give me an investigation roll.
Yeah, I'll have to do it.
I was gonna say I'm investigating too.
Yeah.
All right.
Everyone who is investigating can give me an investigation roll.
I'm looking for sconces on the wall that I can light. Does that require a roll?
No. The sconces are pretty prevalent here.
Just because, human with terrible human vision.
24.
2.
Bonus of 0, I got a 16.
All right, so with the combination of a 24 and a 16.
Mine was a 22, not 2.
Yeah. A 22. I only heard 2.
Yeah,
okay,
22.
So you're able to go through everything in this room. There is nothing of use in here.
Okay.
The barrels, for the most part, aside from one, are empty. One barrel that's not has sand in it, filled to the top with just this coarse yellow sand. Though your investigation does turn up that there is no other door in here.
Because of my training, I would like to dump some of the sand out.
Okay.
And I want to do maybe like a fourth of it because I am twisted and I want to see if a body is inside this thing.
Okay.
I mean, that's very valid.
I've seen enough CSI Miami to know what's up.
So you pour it out, and sure enough, a black box comes tumbling out of the sand. About the size of a jewelry box.
Before I even do anything with it, I would like to touch it and see its history.
Okay.
Because this is super sus. Okay, that's good. 14. 2, and it's still within the 10 minutes. 24.
24. So you look at it and you go through the creation of this box from start to finish. Some random craftsman in another town on this continent putting this box together, very expertly crafting it, and then it being delivered to the church, where a hooded figure carves soft glowing runes along the sides of it. And this pen, like an inkwell pen, well, not an inkwell pen, but an ink feather, carves through it, these runes begin to glow a very soft green. And then for a brief moment, you see a heart fall into the box and the lid is shut. Madbird Stream, thank you for that raid. Everyone, welcome on in.
Can I do an Arcana check, or can I even physically see if there's any more of these runes on there, and if it's locked? So I'll try to like pull it out, not take it completely out yet to show the group. I just still want it in there. From what the box
looks like, it doesn't look like there are any runes carved into the wood itself.
Does it look like it's locked?
Doesn't show like there's any sort of physical lock to it.
Just really sad that I have to go to the priest to do this. I'm gonna take the box out and turn around and hold it and just stare right at Kaleem and go, Father, can you dispel your magic again on this?
Is there magic binding it?
I saw runes on it.
And as Caleb is holding it to you, you see a soft flash on the metal clasp. Just for a brief moment, you can see the symbol of Lathander on it.
May I see that box?
You can. There are runes to protect what's inside, though. And I'll pass it to him.
I will.
And as soon as you touch it, that little symbol flashes and the clasp unlocks.
Careful.
I will very slowly open up the box within the light of one of the sconces.
And when you open the box, the moment a small gap happens between the two ends, you can hear a very loud heartbeat drumming underneath it. Fully opening the box, there's a large black heart, long since decayed, in there, still beating with life.
Using history or religion, can I make a check to see or recall knowledge of any sort of ritual or practice or anything of that sort that the church or its hunters may have used in the past that I may have heard about that this is related to?
You can give me history or religion for that one.
Let's go with religion because it just makes sense. That is going to be a 22.
A 22? In all of your years with the church and all of the teachings that you have memorized from your first days as an initiate till now, there is no such ritual that you know of that would require the cutting out of one's heart.
And does the blackness of this heart resemble the ichor that we saw in the church?
It does. It does not. It looks like the heart has just rotted from exposure.
Okay. So still with the box in my hands, I'll spin it around with the lid open so that Kaylin can get a good look as well.
what I was afraid of. We
It
need to
was-
close this box back up.
It was protected.
That is a word. I'll go ahead and I'll push down on the top of the lid to close it.
All right.
What
It
you
needs
got?
to stay closed.
I would like to carry this with me, if that is all right with you, Hunter.
And as he closes the box, you can see the runes begin to light up and swirl. There's a very bright green light. And then a moment later, it vanishes from Kalim's hand as it teleports away.
Wonder where it was sent to.
What was that?
The heart of a creature.
And it
Could
just
be.
it just vanished.
It had magic on the box. Protected by
Wait,
the
did
church.
You say a heart. What? Why a heart in a box?
Why is that, Father?
As I mentioned previously, some secrets of the church are meant to stay secret.
You don't know.
I do not need to know.
Perhaps you should. There are some things that are not sitting right with me on this.
It is not my place to question those above me in the church.
And what if the church, within the church, there are heretics? Would you even believe that if I said it?
I would not.
That is why
And
I don't
there's
say much about it.
A sudden pounding on the iron door again. This sounding more akin to a knock than something trying to force its way in.
Who is it? Occupado.
I was about to say Milo might go over there and just go, who is it?
And you didn't think to just stab the heart, maybe?
You hear from the other side of the door. No way out. Give me the priest and leave. No way out. Refuse and we come in.
I would like to insight check Kalim.
Okay.
I want to see if he's telling the truth, that he is so naive and so clueless as to what is happening.
Okay.
Case. Yeah.
Go ahead and do that insight check.
Nat 20.
Or
23.
plus that
25.
D4.
25.
Well, he didn't have any physical reaction to what you said, so it's likely he has heard people say that several times before, that the church itself may be infected by heretics, and his entire disposition hasn't really changed at all. And you know his stance on the church is, I do what they say.
Yeah.
So whether he believes that there may be heretics or not, he doesn't really concern himself with it, because he believes that he is doing what is right, because his church says that it is the right thing to do.
So he doesn't give off any indication with that he knows what this is or what is going on.
No.
Okay. I'm going to look back at the group and go, unless you find a reason to just give up the father so quickly, I suggest we keep going. We do have a creature to hunt down after all.
Well, my thought was lift the bar, open the doors, charge the Wendigo, and keep going.
With the ghouls still there that he clearly controls.
Once he's dead, they no longer are controlled. Pull him in here, close the doors. Now that we know what we're up against.
If you want to risk it, I don't know if I want to. Not with those odds. But
Well, doesn't seem like the undead are tired. So
they don't
can be
really
out there
get
forever.
tired.
So basically, they can literally sit out there for the rest of their undead life, waiting for us to turn over a priest that might die in the next 30 or 40 years. Or
I can wait.
The dead don't know rest or being worn out. They don't know fatigue. They will wait for as long as their undead lives will allow. If we kill this creature, great. Don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't want to. It's the fact that we open that door and we open the literal floodgates of the undead.
Well,
go blazing then.
With no way out of here, what are our other options?
Are we in a storage room or is there no other way out?
There's no other way out.
Oh, fuck.
Just that iron door.
Storm the keep. Pull it in here, kill it. They stay out there in the hallway wondering what the heck they're doing in a cave ceiling, and then we just kind of go.
Just one priest for your freedom. He pays for their crimes. You have no need to die.
Can I do an insight check on whatever is talking to us to see
Sure.
if they are telling the truth?
Sure. Go ahead and give me that insight roll.
Okay, so that would be and I get the +4 too, right?
No.
No.
You were a
No.
squirrel.
You were a squirrel,
Oh.
that's right.
I was a squirrel. Okay.
I mean, for what I
Ooh,
can tell, it's only been like
that
a
would be
couple minutes.
24.
24? Sounds like it's being truthful. You don't really pick up on any sound, like any tone in his voice that's holding any sort of deceit or deception.
Now that makes it an unsettling choice.
Do you think we could scare it off?
Doubtful.
I'm going to approach the door
Okay.
and place my hand on it. And just call out, shine your holy light upon this land and clear the way before us. I'm going to attempt divine intervention.
Okay.
Oh, snap.
Can you
Wow.
bring up Divine Intervention? Because that is such a weird spell.
It is.
God that I follow, can you help me?
Dear
Pretty
son,
much.
bro.
Dear son, bro.
All right, give me
Yep.
roll those. Was it a percentile?
Percentile, yep.
Yep. Gotta get a, was it 12? What level are we? 12?
12.
12 or
12 or
under.
lower.
12 or lower.
Good luck.
Fuck. I rolled a 16.
Oh,
Oh, so close.
So you
Damn.
call out, you press your hand against there and you call out, trying to plead for Lathander's intervention, but you don't feel anything.
Well, you can try again tomorrow.
Meh, 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 meh. For those old nuts remember what a busy tone was.
I don't care how much I hate or love a character, I'm always rooting for divine intervention because it's
Right.
just such a rare opportunity.
Such a rare
Right?
opportunity for a god to show that they actually love you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I'm totally listening.
If I used divine intervention, would I still be able to use turn undead because they're both from channel divinity, or no?
No.
Divine intervention is a
It's a
separate
spell.
thing.
It's a separate spell.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's a
separate
spell.
thing.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
spell if
separate-
you chose it.
No, it's an ability.
No, it's ability.
It's an
Oh,
ability.
it is an ability.
Cleric ability that you get at level 10.
Thought
So
it was a spell.
Amber, being what Amber is, she's going to look at Kaleem and she's going to say, well, if Lathander won't answer, perhaps Silverbeard will. And I'm going to try as well.
All right.
I really hope.
Go
I
ahead
really
and-
hope
go
in
ahead
that
and-
snarkiness it happens.
Go ahead and
Yes.
roll me those percentiles. Like as a DM, I'm just hoping for the my god's better than your god.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm doing
I'm
too.
I'm rooting for that as well, honestly.
Come on.
It's
Okay,
It's
so
just
percentiles,
Percentiles, you have to
Percentiles.
roll a 12 or lower.
12 or lower percent.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it's your level or lower.
Oh boy, okay. Well, I've been
I'm rooting
rolling
for
like
you.
crap all night, maybe. 45.
Damn it. That would have been
You
so
reach out to
bittersweet.
You reach
It
out,
would've.
pleading with Silverbeard to clear the way. And much like Lathander, there's just no response.
So I'll look at Kaleem and I'll say, well, perhaps the gods don't think this is serious enough to intervene. There's got to be a way out then that they think we can handle. What do you suggest?
Fight.
We don't really have much of a choice here, do
Last
we?
chance, give me the priest.
I want to, while they're talking about, they're doing dick measuring with their gods and
Okay.
Their god
and-
stuff.
Accurate.
Yeah. So I want to see if I can find specifically a secret door.
Okay.
So like there's sand and stuff. So I'm basically taking the sand, and I'm basically just going along the perimeter, and just like anything looks like a nook and cranny, I'm just like rubbing it against it, see if I can like maybe see a seam, force something out into vision.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation roll with advantage.
He's learning from me. Pocket sand.
No, just like
Just sand.
Sand is a good thing to suss out poor construction.
Very true.
Oh, thank God it was advantage. So you said investigation. That is a 28.
28. While you do not find a secret door, you do find a singular loose brick.
Oh, I pull on it.
And as you pull the brick out, a little hidden compartment in the wall reveals itself. And inside is a single silver key.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
like,
bitch.
Like he grabs the key, and he's gonna just like basically see if it like reacts to maybe a magic door.
Take the key. Just like begin to like look at it, and you go to a certain door, like a certain direction of a door, and it begins to vibrate.
Oh, dowsing rod, bitches! Hell yeah! Like he's totally walking towards wherever it's vibrating.
Okay. And it leads you to like the back right corner of the room, where conveniently enough, there's no barrels, there's no shelving units, no anything. It's just a small clear square.
So I see a keyhole.
You don't, but this thing is vibrating like nuts.
Like I'm guessing it's an illusion. I want to feel. Can I feel the wall? Actually, like he's gonna call over to Amber. Amber,
Yes?
Can you maybe see if you can check this stonework to see if maybe there's a hidden keyhole? I found this key and it's like just like.
Okay, that is stone cunning, right?
Yep.
While this is going on, I'm grabbing my climber's gear. I'm grabbing the pythons, and I'm securing the door.
Probably a good idea.
By hammering the pythons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to really reinforce that door.
Just to make sure they can't kick it in.
Exactly.
So that would be a history check, and it gives me proficiency, so I double my proficiency bonus on that. So that would be a D20 plus. Let's see. So my history is currently plus what?
Well, you would add another 4 to your history. That would double your proficiency.
Because it's your proficiency bonus added onto it.
Oh, so my proficiency bonus.
Yes. So actually, are you proficient in history first off?
No, well, no, I'm not proficient in history.
Then you would get a +8.
So I would get a +8 in addition to the +1. So +9 on whatever I roll?
Yeah.
Okay. So 8 and 9, that would be 17.
This stone is a bit more well cut than the rest. This was definitely put in after this room was built.
Okay, so and of course we've got sconces, so my dark vision doesn't impact on this. So I will point that out to Oscar. See here how the stone looks a bit different when you look really closely?
I'm gonna touch the key along the edge of wherever the different.
And as you touch the key, there is just an audible sound of a door unlocking as the door slides to the side, revealing a small indentation, probably about 5 feet in, and a set of steps leading up.
Guys, stairs leading out of here.
So I can't resist. I'm going to look at Kalim and say, you see, sometimes you don't need spells, you don't need magic, you just need someone clever.
Well done.
And you don't need Lathander.
And a lot of heresy going on in this chat here.
Oh, yeah, dude.
You're talking a lot of crap for being in the crusade distance.
Yeah,
I know, right? Is that what we're calling it now? Crusade distance?
I mean, that's what the Templars did. But yeah.
Oh, man.
Kel is going to finish hammering the last python in.
And
And
let's run up the stairs once someone said their stairs.
is just going to say, it's probably not a guarantee, but best I can do, and just starts walking up the stairwell.
Okay.
Once everyone's on the stairwell, Oscar's going to go in and hope the key touching it on the other side closes the door and locks it.
And as soon as you touch it, there's another click. Door shuts.
In that room, it's fine.
And then the pathway the stairs themselves light up.
Okay. He's going to head up the stairs to everybody else.
What color do they light up?
A soft green.
Not really liking the colors in here.
But it goes up probably about a good 15-20 feet, and there's a singular door at the top. You're muted.
If it doesn't open for whoever's at the top of the stairwell, Oscar's going to scooch on by and touch the key to it.
And touch the key, opens up.
He's got the magic touch.
He's got the magic key. He's just gonna step outside, whatever, because it's cramped.
Okay. I get everyone else is following suit.
Yep.
All right. So as you exit on out, we are going to go ahead and take our second break for the night. Give Zoro some time to work through the call and so we can get up, get something to drink, all that fun stuff. And we will be right back. And we are back.
Hi.
Hi.
Dang it, Ezra.
So,
What did I do?
Everything.
Said the thing. Made me giggle and I was drinking water.
not the thing.
Hi.
So,
I honestly don't know what I said. That was
So
funny.
did we go up the stairs? Is that
Yep.
what happened?
you went up
Okay,
the
cool.
stairs. And now that you are up the stairs, you find yourselves in a private study. Very well kept tapestries, all white and gold, emblazoned with the symbol of Lathander. Numerous books lining one wall on a very finely made bookshelf. A small personal altar near said books, again dedicated to Lathander. Near the back of the room is a very beautifully made desk. Large, high-backed chair with what looks to be a very long since deceased priest behind it. Head sort of slouched down, book opened up in front of it on the table. Large incision showing from in the center of its chest. Robes bloody and stained.
Oh, you mean so the robes have the incision?
Yeah.
Okay.
The robes around the wound, soft blackish red, dried blood.
Yeah, I want to touch all the things.
On the other side of the room is a small, which probably will catch Kaleem off guard, but a small station that looks to be dedicated to alchemy. And a couple beakers corked. All of them with this thick white mist in them.
That's not normal. Even I know that's not normal. What the?
I would like to touch the priest, please.
I would also like to touch the priest, but for very different reasons.
Oh God.
Okay. Give me investigation rolls to touch the priest.
Well, mine's a history.
And I'm blessing the priest. I'm dipping my thumb in some mineral oil that I have in my exorcism kit, doing the little Lathander symbol on his forehead, and doing bless the dead.
And what does bless the dead do?
Sorry, go ahead.
It enables them to cross over to the realm of the dead in peace.
Okay.
Basically, they cannot become undead after that happens. And if they are already undead, the spell fails.
The spell fails.
I was afraid that might be the case.
And what were you investigating the priest, Zoro?
I was gonna do my black eye thing. I want to see the history of this guy. What happened? And I rolled. Really quick question: is it still within the 10 minutes?
No.
No. Okay, that's
So
fine.
you reach
Still
out.
27.
You reach out to touch him to do your black eye thing. And as you're doing that, the symbol of Lathander is being drawn on him, and his hand comes up and he grabs yours, kind of stopping you from touching him.
I will wait to see if he goes like at me, and if he does, I'm gonna stab him with my blade.
If it's all the same, I'd rather not have anyone else touching me, please. Kind of pushes your hand back.
Do I recognize the robes?
It's robes of a high-ranking member of the church.
Did it look like the same robes that one guy, the older one, was wearing?
Not necessarily, but, you know, Once they start getting up there, all high-ranking priests kind of look the same.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, so after he does that, I'm gonna lean in really close to him and just look at him in his undead eyes, or the sockets.
Personal space, please, if you would mind backing up.
What have you done here? And I don't back up.
And he kind of like looks over to Kaleem. Brother, if you would be so kind to remove this heretic from my presence for a moment so I may stand.
And Kaleem, for the first time, his expression has changed. He's quite surprised and taken back by this undead priest of Lathander, because that's an oxymoron. And I think he just, like, for a second, he goes autopilot and like, okay, I was given an order, I follow orders. And he like kind of starts to push Kaylin back a little bit.
I don't budge.
Kel coming in with the sword.
Asu's gonna chime in, like, shield up, like Morningstar, raise. So you're gonna take orders from an undead now. Who's the heretic?
I thought you said to.
And Kel coming in
you
with the
cast
sword.
a spell on
And
that's not
he,
alive.
What's that? Who's coming in with what?
Kel coming in with the sword.
Are you going to try to make an attack in a crowded area?
I'm in his face, man. I'm in his face.
As am I, because I'm trying to shove Kaylin.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, oof.
He's like collateral damage.
He kind of puts his hands up, and then he misty steps through you to the other side of his desk.
I'll
And then
ask
he-
again,
he
what
put-
have you done?
He puts his hands behind his back. I have done nothing.
What has the priest done here?
You're going to have to be more specific, I am afraid.
Experiments.
And what has
Those,
happened
yes.
to you, brother?
As this one puts it, an experiment, not one that I was privy to be a part of.
You were young.
Young? No. I was mid-40s when this happened. Tell me, what is the year right now?
It's
That.
I say the year.
Not much time has passed. A year, maybe.
And what did this to you?
Not what, but who.
Wait, he said much time has passed, a year maybe?
Yeah, he says maybe a year has passed. But he's given you like a sense of like he's kind of lost track of time. Not what, but who. The office of this that used to belong to this priest maybe still does. Brother Bartholomew. I don't know why I gave him that name since it's a name I always stumble to say, but anyway, him. He was the second highest priest here. He had some rather controversial thoughts. Sense of possibly controlling the minds of those beyond the wall into more of
Why?
into subjugating them into Lathander's light.
That's
As
cruel.
I agree, and I was promptly against it. While I do not agree with some of the practices of the people who live beyond these walls, I believe everyone should have their own means of coming into the light if that is what their destiny holds. But
Then why did you not try to stop it? Why didn't you try to inform the church or someone else?
he kind of like motions at the wound in his chest. I did
I don't
try.
think you.
So I failed. And then I was cursed. Be this.
Does it look like the hole is right above a heart?
Right where the heart would be, like somebody carved the heart, took the heart out.
Probably a good idea we didn't stab that heart then.
You
So
had
we can
Or it
talk.
was a mercy
you had my heart.
Had.
teleported away.
Damn him. I wish you would have done that. It would have ended my existence for sure.
So, do you want us to fill you in on what we're doing now?
I assume it has to do with that. Candi is her name.
Oh, the
Is
woman has a name.
that the name of the woman?
That's the name of the one who's been rambling about inside church, yes. So getting to her is going to prove quite difficult.
It's her lover nearby, protecting her.
It's not her lover you have to worry about, but, well, our brothers, as he kind of motions to Kaleem. She's sort of swayed them under her influence.
The mind control. Oh no.
The mist, yes. He kind of points over to the alchemy table and he picks up one of the vials of like that thick white mist. This was his idea. To use this mist in small doses in the nights when the townsfolk were sleeping. Small doses, it pacifies people. Makes them more susceptible to influence. Unfortunately, with larger doses, it turns them into thralls.
Doesn't sound like something Lathander would approve of.
I agree.
So let me get this straight. Is actually a question. Is there a way to reverse that?
An antidote, perhaps.
None that I can have been able to none that I've been able to find. But he wasn't one to just make something that he himself would not be able to cure if he became infected. As sinister as his motives was, he was meticulous.
Is this his office?
This is his personal chambers, yes.
Then we start here.
How do we know you're not him?
That is a very good question. I don't really have a means to prove that I'm not.
I can tell. And
What's
I'm going
your
to go
name?
ahead and non-threatening grab his robe. And eyes turn black.
And as you come at him this time, he keeps his hands behind his back and he lets you grab his robe.
I look into it.
And as you look into it, you get nothing but a fog
Oh,
for
fuck.
a brief moment.
Okay.
And then all you hear is the audible sound of a knife breaking flesh and bone and sliding. As there's an audible gasp in the voice of another man saying, "I did not want it to be this way, but you leave me no choice."
Did it sound just like the man's voice that told the younger priest to
Yep.
go back? Okay. So I'll blink and come back. Telling the truth.
So who is your superior now then? What do you do? Who tells you what to do now?
That would be a good question, as I am now something that the church would consider to be an abomination as a lich. I am not entirely sure I would report to anyone that wouldn't want me dead.
Well, even alive, what has happened here should be branded as heretical for the church, but who knows if this church approved it?
But the one who took your heart, does he control you?
Nobody controls me. As an undead, I am not susceptible to any control. Well, any control that's being thrown around here at the moment. I am immune to the mist.
If we were to kill you, you would not perish.
That I do not know. So, if you were to try and kill me, I could not just simply allow you to do that.
You would not go peacefully for your soul.
I cannot just simply allow you to destroy me.
You want to live.
He's living proof of the heresy that another man in the standard church has committed. Even if
while I am no longer alive, technically, I still hold true to Lathander's teachings.
Anyways, who'd believe him? An abomination's word against a priest?
They wouldn't even let him walk through the gate. He would be dead before that would happen.
So tell me, given the circumstances that we are finding ourselves in now, are you able to help us cleanse this fair town?
I am afraid not. While I still believe in his teachings and will, till my last, I don't even breathe, but till my last breath, I am still the servant to Lathander as much as possible. Though his blessings, his magic, his light is gone from me.
Well, I guess it would be of no effort to ask you directions from here to, say, the center of the cathedral.
No, you are in the cathedral itself now.
Oh, perfect.
But you said we will have trouble getting to her. What is blocking our path?
My brothers, my sisters.
How many?
That lover that you speak of. I do not know. I haven't bothered taking count.
Would they be still alive, technically? Or are they just as...
He shakes his head and gives you a shrug.
Record will show no. If they're anything like the so-called priests that we saw topside, they may be just like those creatures.
Oh, right.
What happens if we fail and they come into purge and they find you here?
So they're enacting a purge.
Yes. Unless we can stop both Candi, as you say her name is,
Damn
and
it, bright
this
scale.
mist.
Candi who?
No, he said, damn you, bright scale.
Oh.
Purge will be happening regardless of whether we are successful or not.
Does the name Bright Scale ring a bell?
Yeah. Ardo Brightscale. He's the head of the church.
He's the one that read the letter.
No, he
assigned it.
He's one of the people who assigned this task to you. The purge has been ordered, then the church knows that there was something going on here that shouldn't have. We don't necessarily purge simply because something has taken over a town. It's normally to hide more of our
dirty secrets.
Colorful secrets, but yes, in this case, dirty. You must know that if you were sent in pre-purging, none of your lives will be spared. You will be caught in the purge no matter what, silenced. That way, anything you discover here today stays buried.
Kind of looks over at Colleen. I
At
thought
that
you
point,
said
what's the
they
point of
would
keeping
let
going?
us go.
Do not blame my brother. He is not of a rank to know what happens in these sort of ways. Not to
You're-
mention being
I don't
sent
blame
in.
him.
Being sent in, he himself is marked for death.
Galen will look over at him and just give him a blank look and say, sorry, at Father Kaleem and go, seems your church finds you disposable to hide their dirty secrets.
They would have had to do was ask. The outcome would have been no different. I am here to serve them.
And you don't know what they do, the ones that go rogue.
You don't need to serve them. Serving them is what leads to this, as he kind of points to the office. You are to serve Lathander, not those who serve him.
I like that notion.
They carry the word of Lathander.
So
They
they
Word
told
pass
you
it down to
misconstrued.
us.
As we carry the word of Lathander and pass it down to those under us, it's still Lathander's word, though the word itself now has been tainted.
tell you to jump off a burning bridge, you do it because they told you to.
Lathander would
If-
never ask any of
That's
us
a
to do
better
that.
answer.
I'm just saying.
If Lathander
they
bid
would.
it, then yes,
Lathander would never bid us to jump off a bridge.
precisely.
Though there would
What the church told you
though
to.
there would be those in the church who may tell us to jump off the bridge, depending on what they try to hide. I'm sorry, brother, but our church is not so clean as it once was. It's been rotting from the inside, and this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Speaking of which, do you still have access to magic then?
A form of magic, yes. Not one that I like to use.
Do you know of any cleaning spells?
Well, yes, I do.
Would you mind using it to fix something?
I see no harm in that.
And he'll pull out the bloodstained journal.
I thought you put the journal back.
No, I put it back
Yeah.
in my bag
Oh, okay. Like,
because I had it in my bag. I took it out because I was like, "Oh yeah, I have an ability," and then I put it back in my bag.
just kind of holds his hand over for a moment, turns it to where the back of it is facing it, just snaps, and all the blood just flakes and falls off.
And I just want to thumb through inside, just kind of like open up one side and just flick it and just see, just to check the pages.
And all of them are those abyssal writings.
He'll put it back in his bag. I appreciate it. This will come in handy for later. If I make it out.
I think we will.
Can I be
I would like to think our odds are good.
ever so bold to make a suggestion? Leave.
What's the point of continuing on if they're just gonna kill us?
This
anyway?
town is going to be purged as it is. And those who purge are very thorough. Leave. Take the books with you. Expose what's going on. Bring light back to our church, brother. Don't let what has happened here happen in other towns.
You must understand. You were once my brother, and so I do lend you my ear right now. But given your circumstances,
Created by one of your own.
so he says,
I found the
Forcefully-
proof.
Forcefully
seek the truth.
created by one of your own. Someone I believed was a friend.
you must understand my position.
I do understand your position.
You, an undead, are telling me to go against everything I have dedicated my life to. It is not so easy.
I am
So
not
You
just
don't
turn
have to.
around
You,
and
you don't
leave.
have to give up on
I'm not
Lathander.
asking you to give up on everything you've been taught or everything you believe. I'm asking you to follow Lathander, not those who say they speak for him.
Find your own path.
Those
Through
who speak for
Lathander's lens.
him, some have been corrupted. Some have been using his name to gain power and influence.
And some have not.
Yes. As I see, you are one of those. Dedicated, but not necessarily evil.
There was clearly a rot in the church in this town.
And I need
That
you
is
to
evident
expose
all
it.
around us. However, I have no reason to believe that that rot extends beyond this town.
And maybe it does not. But even if that is the case, this information must be made public. It must be brought to those who can investigate it further, and bring the truth completely out. If we leave it in the purge, it will just be buried along with numerous other secrets.
And who do you suggest we take this information to?
Take it
There
to
is
Lisa.
no higher power than the church.
Take it to Lisa. The High Inquisitor, Lisa Breton. She is the one who oversees these sorts of operations, assigns people the tasks. She is a good woman. Someone who's stood in opposition of some of the church's rulings. If you can get these to her, maybe some good can come of everything.
You would trust her entirely.
I've known her since she was a small child. She's like a daughter to me.
She's in the main city.
Knowing her, no. She likes to be beyond the wall. With what she calls the true children of Lathander. Not those who hide behind a big symbol. The symbol that's been corrupting thoughts of some.
What will you do when the purge comes?
Escape if I can. Though with the targets on my back, that is easier said than done.
Might I make a suggestion?
I'm open to any suggestion.
The ocean's always free, mate.
This is true. I can acquire a boat or a crew that would take me on. I may just get off of this island. The first thing is first is surviving this purge. I doubt this Candi is going to just abruptly let any of you leave.
She said if we turned over the priest, she'd let us leave.
She does have a bit of a grudge against anyone wearing our robes.
Yeah, I don't think Candi would let him out either. And she kind of points at the undead one. Speaking of which, what's your name again? Or did you say your name?
I never gave you my name.
May I know it?
I don't see why not. It's not like my name holds any power anymore, and I am an undead.
Well, it might help us with convincing Lisa for an audience.
Speak the truth.
You have something of yours that we can present to her. Just additional proof to show that you have passed.
He nods and he walks over to where the chair was at, and he leans down and he picks up a very heavy holy symbol of Lathander. Much wear and tear on it, like it's been through battle. Every now and then he hands it to Kel. Tell her that Father Jacobs sends his blessing.
Understood. You may yet see her again. Who knows?
I will not.
Not as you
Seeing
are
her,
now.
Seeing her will put us both in danger.
That's fair. All right. Well, you'll know where you find me. At the docks. All right.
And what was the name of the corrupted priest that did this to you? That started all of this?
Bartholomew? I think
Yes.
he said?
Bartholomew? It was Bartholomew. Okay.
I don't know where he is at.
Hmm.
The door, though, as he kind of motions over to the office door, has been locked for quite some time. No matter how hard I try, any magic I use on it seems repelled, as if this would to be my prison.
Kind of slowly but surely, like, turns towards, like, full body turns towards Oscar. You're muted, by the way.
I'm muted.
There you go.
Nope, there you
Oh,
go.
there you go.
That's weird. So yeah, he just, he takes the key and, like, are we gonna, check this room for stuff we can use?
Oh, I'm definitely checking this room first. I want to see if there's an antidote.
One last check.
As he walks over, he grabs a bag and throws it over to it's like a book bag, and he throws it over to Kaylin.
Thank you.
It's pocketless. Just shove as many books in there as you want.
Grab all the books.
All the books.
All the I just like run across the desk. I'm like, yeah. I'll nod and take it. Appreciate it. And I'll transfer the book from my bag into this bag. Oh fuck, I'll just put my bag in there.
So
Why carry two bags?
while they're gathering books and such,
Yeah.
I am going to cast sending.
Okay.
I am
is-
sending a message to Lisa.
Okay. You have met Lisa before, so you most definitely could reach out to her.
The message will read.
Is this sent telepathically?
Sending, I think, is out loud. I think.
Bring
All
it
right,
up.
yeah.
You can-
The
you can
response, the response to it is telepathic, but when you're casting the spell, you whisper into a short piece of copper wire.
Would we be able to hear you?
Yeah, if you want to get
Technically.
uncomfortably close and listen to my
Yeah.
whispering.
I think
Oh, yeah.
I mean anybody.
I'm not trying to hide it. I'm just
Oh,
standing
okay.
there where I was
Okay.
before.
We're like, what's he doing? Shady priest doing shady shit.
And you pull out that copper wire and you begin to
Yep.
send the message.
So the message will say, Father Jacobs has been turned. Bloom's End holds the secrets that will reveal rot within the church. We will be purged as well. Please advise.
And it's painfully quiet for a couple moments. You know the message was sent. You know it was received. But as like you start to like lose hope that any response is going to come back, you just hear, "Get out. Any way possible. Silverdale 3 days from now. Golden Truth." That's it.
While this has happened, Mila's clambered up onto the desk, and she's now sitting on the edge of it, swinging her feet back and forth, going, So, I don't think I want to do this anymore. I think we need to leave.
I agree.
Agreed.
You're going to
Agreed.
need some help.
I would hope so.
Well,
As I'm like shoving books in, yeah, what do you want?
Well, I still despise having the ability to use some dark arcane magic. I guess it's not
Stand.
too much of a issue to lend hands in other ways. I'm still technically a high-ranking member of the church. I have not yet been excommunicated. Thus, I can give you access to heretical items.
Oh.
Fair enough.
So he walks over and, like, near the back over by the desk, and he pulls out a large foot locker.
He was holding out on us.
These
Pretty helpful for an undead, really.
These
For a
were
lich? Oh, yeah.
acquired from some that have, well, been tried and found guilty of heresy throughout the years. For one reason or another, he never sent these on for processing. He kind of just opens the chest, and you see it's filled to the brim. Even the chest is heretical.
Can we shove the chest in the bag? Just kidding.
No, no.
Bad
No, I
idea.
know.
No.
I
Bad
No.
idea.
The
Do not cross the streams.
The bag is not big enough to fit the chest, but you could probably fit the bag itself in the chest.
No. No. It's just gonna take inventory. It's like the scene from
You look
Oh,
in
was
and you look in and there's way too much to inventory.
it's that scene from Darkness Rising where he's just sitting there like unnatural acts. Codpiece of allure.
So maybe I can help you. First off, he reaches in. He doesn't reach into the box. He goes over to the desk and he pulls out these small vials and hands each of you one. Pour this on your armor.
Douse. I have no idea what this does. Sure.
Have armor.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do it.
Pour it on your robes.
What does it do? I quite like these robes.
It will protect you.
From.
Being hurt?
Alright.
He's kind of just
Yes.
like an exacerbated look on his face when you ask from.
She's very blunt.
From? Yes.
Like Asa's gonna try and like get his shield in on it too.
It's got the oil's enough to put on your shields and your sword, or your shields and your armor.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll do
Robes.
armor and both my blades then.
And he's like, don't put them on the blades. Don't put them on
Nope.
the blades.
All right. Nope.
Not they're not meant for damaging purposes.
Ah.
This is sacred oil. It will defend you from any necrotic damage, giving you resistance. And it will increase the armor class of any armor item by 1.
So if I'm already resistant, am I like immune now?
Nope, it just makes it
Yeah.
so it halves and halves again.
How long does that last?
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
Just don't have prestidigitation cast on you.
Though you
I'm
do
very
notice-
carefully pouring it over everything and avoiding my weapon. Does it also enhance my buckler
Yes,
by 1?
if you put it if you put it on the buckler, it enhances it by 1. Though you do notice that as you put it on, like a small shimmer goes over it, and then somewhere on the armor, like a small inscription of Lathander is like now imbued into it.
This is really upsetting Amber, but she's dealing with it.
Desperate times. Desperate times.
Paint
Yes.
over it. It's fine.
I mean, you could always take a hammer to the Lathander symbol on your armor. That never goes wrong, right?
No, we're not doing that.
I don't know.
Just paint over it.
I mean, I've got a hammer.
Let's ask the dwarf. How did that happen, HB Fox?
Permanent sunburn.
Ooh. Morning sunburn. Oof.
Considering that Kalen was a knight for that city, he's just like, oh, this again. All right.
Thought I got rid of
Sure.
this badge. They just pull me back in.
Yeah, it's like, all right.
Yeah.
Desperate times, yeah.
Khalim?
Brother,
I'm-
the weapon that you use, what is it? And
A
please do not
very-
say your faith. Faith is not a weapon. That's
Mhm.
Can be.
that's
Can be.
speaking
But-
like an initiate.
The church insisted that I bring a flail along with me.
He just like reaches into the reaches in the box and he kind of shovels around. He pulls out this flail, but the heads of them are all symbols of the Thunder.
Hmm.
Kind of swings it around, and there's just like this radiant trace. And this, he like kind of brings it down on the ground. The radiant light comes down, smacks, and then a puff of fire erupts from the impact. We took this off of a hag that was trying to infiltrate the church.
Those witches should know better by this point.
Kind of tosses it on over to you.
This will be useful
Yes,
should
it will.
let all of you know that our previous orders by the High Inquisitor Brenton are no longer in place, as she has given new orders.
Oh,
We
As
are
well?
to leave this place, arrive in Silverdale in 3 days' time.
3 days. Oh, that's a hard ride. Tell you what,
That's right.
let us deal with this Candi first. I do not like that she's polluting the temple anyway. And then I will
not like she would let us go anyway.
and then I will personally see you all safely to Silverdale.
Very well.
I'm all right with that.
Oscar's like, while they're like everyone's having their little powwow, he's gonna like he's like rummaging through the trunk for like, you know, weaponry, anything that looks like it's like tech or
So like you
know.
put your hand in, you put your hand in and you come across something, you just grab hold of something and you pull it out. And it's this strange looking stick. Gold inlaid iron or like, but when you press a button, a blade flips out. Press another one of the buttons, the blade goes back and a hammerhead comes out. Press another one and a pry bar comes out.
oh, he's
A giant Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, you have a giant Swiss Army knife.
is it just those three weapons, or can it be like whatever I'm thinking?
Press the button and think.
Okay, so he adjusts his shield so it's not defensive anymore, and he holds onto it and he presses his button. He thinks about a maul.
And you see the thing twist and convert into a giant maul, but the maul heads on either side are spiked and they are sparking with electricity.
Nice.
He's just like, I can't wait to see what makes you tick. he's like, oh my god. All right, so this is the thing. So he turns it back to a stick, and he's gonna think like heavy crossbow,
And
specifically repeating crossbow.
and to your amazement, this thing twists and turns and reconfigures itself into a crossbow.
It's a Rubik's version of a Swiss Army knife.
Like he's just like, he's geeking out like so hard. Like he has absolutely no idea like what artificer made this thing. He's he's never heard anyone being able to do like this kind of thing with a weapon. He's just like what are you made of? How did they do it? Like are they using pocket dimensions to like, you know, to hold the stuff? Like it's like he's just like, you know, he's just like walking around the room in a circle, just like looking at it and trying to see like, you know, what's what, and he's like poking at it.
Kel is actually gonna walk up to Father Filane. This doesn't really change my thoughts on Lathander at all. Never has. Lathander is the Morning Lord. The church, I don't have to be in the building to serve a god. I could be just as easily sitting on my boat. And with that, might be thinking a little faith doesn't hurt, and I'll just kind of try and clasp that giant symbol on his armor.
On yours?
Yep.
What giant symbol?
The one that I got from
It kind of just clasps and falls to the ground as
he tries to hook it on, or is it just like a big necklace thing?
It's a necklace, yeah.
Oh, he just puts it on. Kind of frames the chest out pretty well too.
His light has always guided our actions, whether we are in the church or on our farms or on the high seas.
I'm personally hoping not the high seas.
The low seas. I prefer calmer waters when I'm fishing. And he'll walk over to the chest and shits and giggles will just reach in, see if he can find something that might interest him.
Like when Kel talks about fishing, like just for shits and giggles, Oscar gets a notion in his head and he's like presses his button and he thinks fishing pole.
And extends out fishing pole, line and all.
And he's just like,
buddy!
He's like,
he just looks at you like, yes! Like, we're going fishing after this.
He's like, yeah. Like he
You're
is
muted,
beyond in love with this thing.
Zorro, you're muted.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was like, we all going fishing after this. Go on a fishing trip.
I haven't been fishing in so long. Fishing is fun if you haven't done it, FYI.
Yeah, no, fishing is amazing.
It's a shame about my fishing stall, but let the church clean it up.
So as you go rifling around down in this box, your hand catches hold of something. As you pull it out, in your hand is this silver whip. Got about 25 feet of length on it.
Ooh. Starts ringing it up. How big is this room?
It's pretty big.
He'll shoot it off into like one of the upper corners that's further away. Just kind of snap at it.
Okay. And as soon as it goes complete, like to its complete length and snaps, the head kind of like bursts out like a small puff of flame as 3 firebolts shoot out from it.
Oh.
Oh. And just I'm keeping both. And just kind of puts his katana away, holsters both whips on the same side.
Double whip it. Double Dutch.
2 hands, 2 whips. I mean,
I don't king shame.
I grew up in the Bronx. Like
kind of looks at you
like
funny.
you learn you come out the womb knowing double Dutch in the Bronx.
While this is all happening, I am searching for well, of course I'm looking through journals and paperwork and anything that looks good. I'm shoveling it all in there, but I'm also looking for a potential antidote, whether there is a locked door or drawer somewhere, or if there's a hidden bottom somewhere, just trying to find. I'm being very thorough with his desk and everywhere in this room to try to look for a potential antidote.
Tries you don't find any secret doors or compartments or anything that is hiding an antidote. Your thoughts, like after you do a complete investigation of the room, is it's probably somewhere in the notes in one of these tomes that you've grabbed.
Okay. And coming to that conclusion, I'll go ahead and I'll start thumbing through a bunch of them, and I'm assuming they're all in Abyssal, and just kind of going through and seeing
they're all written in different languages.
Oh.
Some you can understand, others you can't.
Okay.
It seems like he was very thorough in covering his tracks, making sure that not one person can learn all of his secrets.
Okay. More the reason to grab it. So I'll see if I can find anything that I can understand then, if there is anything, and if there's pictures on the ones that I don't understand, that might help.
Okay, so I need to ask, how much time are you going to spend in this room in order to do this?
I feel like we're going to stay here and rummage for a bit. So I'll spend all the amount of time that we can to sit here until we say we're ready to go.
Oscar's pretty much waiting for the rest of the party to be ready, and then he'll press the key to the door to see if it opens.
Well,
Amber's going to go over to this chest as well and kneel down and look at it and kind of hold her hands over it and see if anything there feels like she feels an affinity for anything.
And you put your hand in, and much like everyone else, you grab hold of something. And it's heavy.
I'm a dwarf. I pull it out.
You pull it out, and it is this strange amalgamation of an axe. You've never seen something like this before. Two-handed, heavy as sin. But while a normal war axe has 2 heads, this has 4.
Oh boy.
And
so,
as you grip the haft of it, the 4 bits begin to spin, making almost like a whirling chain noise.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my.
Be careful with that.
Am I able to, and okay, so, and they just, what do I, like, okay, so I've grabbed it, and I grabbed it higher, or I grabbed it with both hands that it started to spin?
You grabbed it both hands, but when you like gripped the haft, like where your hands are at, it started to spin, almost as if like, it's ready to be swung at whatever is fortunate enough to be in front of you at that point in time.
Okay, so I will loosen my grip to what it was prior to that.
All right, and as you loosen it up, the heads stop. And you notice that there's a thumb switch on the bottom part where your bottom hand is holding.
Okay. Being a trial and error type of person, I will press the thumb switch again.
And as you press the thumb switch, the heads kind of pop up of the axe and point forward. There's a little button kind of opens up next to the thumb switch.
I will make sure I'm not facing anybody, and I'll press that.
And as you press it, all four of the blades shoot off of the front of the axe, fly and like slam and embed itself into like the door. And a moment later, it returns and connects back to the axe head and locks back down.
Oh my!
Thought my whip was impressive. Ooh.
So if I grip it hard, it spins.
It spins, and if you hit that thumb switch, it turns the axe heads into a ranged weapon.
Oh my!
That's cool.
And but when it's sitting, it's got like 4 heads.
It's got
sticking out.
4 axe bits on there. It's got 2 on the side,
Okay.
2 on the other side.
3D.
Well, I'm definitely taking this, but mind you all don't get too close.
Noted.
As the two raged people are looking at each other like, horror.
Would I, from the impact it made in the door, would I have any sense of what the range of it is?
I'm gonna send all that information
Okay.
to you. Once we're done, like throughout the week, I'll send you guys your item information.
Mila, who had to hop off the desk to put the oil on her robes, will wander over and stick her hand in there just to see if there's anything interesting.
So when Mila reaches in, she grabs hold, pulls out a very large staff. Archaic runes dancing around the outside, almost swirling with life the moment your hand makes contact with the wood. A soft blue gem rests in what looks to be a giant raven skull at the top of the staff. Holding the staff, knowledge of past wielders seems to flow through your mind, expanding your spell repertoire.
Ooh.
And there's one specific spell that you can feel in this staff that just says, or just warns you in case of emergency. Do not use indoors.
Do not use indoors.
Do not use indoors.
I know that's got to be a cool ability.
I will send you the spell list.
so
I
that
will
means-
send you the spell list of what the staff has in store.
So that means use indoors, right?
Damn. Yeah,
That
it means
means-
100%
that means-
use it indoors.
That means when we get outside, we'll use it indoors.
I'm pretty sure it means it turns indoors into outdoors.
Probably.
It means, oh, shit's going up. Tits side up. Let's see what this does. Cathedral? What cathedral? There's no cathedral here.
Well, since everyone else is going trick-or-treating, Kaylin will go ahead and she'll put his hands in it too. Really quick. He'll be like, I'll take a quick break.
Put your hand in, and you pull out a strange suit of armor. Blades insert into every possible inch of this thing. Like holsters, scabbards just like hooked up to them. A total of 8 blades on the front and then 2 large ones on the back. And you can see a symbol of a wolf foaming at the mouth, emblazoned on the front. You being a hunter know that this is the symbol of the Mad Dogs, a well-renowned hunter guild deeper in the south.
Okay. So is it 8 men with 8 swords? Is it 1 man with 8 blades?
When you wear this armor, you can enter into a blood frenzy.
Ooh.
Costs a bit of your own life,
Yeah.
but
Just the life of a blood hunter.
yeah, you go into a blood frenzy and start destroying everything in your path.
Okay. I'll definitely admire this. And is it, what type of armor is it? Or was it classified
It's
as?
splint mail.
Okay. Okay. He'll definitely grab that. I'm gonna contemplate if I want to put it on just yet. I need to look up stats. And I'll go back to being a nerd. Trying to see if I can find an antidote.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask, how long are you all spending in here?
Long enough for Kalen to put on the armor, I guess.
Well, I'm asking for a specific amount of time.
I mean, realistically, I can't see us being in here for more than an hour, considering that we know we're on a time crunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even more so since we need to get the hell out of here.
I mean,
I would say an hour absolute tops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, like if no one's busy, Kaylin will call someone over saying, like, can you read this? And kind of get some more information.
You do that
if I can't find the antidote within the languages I can learn.
Within an hour's time, and the translation that some of your fellow members can give you, you don't really necessarily find any mention of an antidote, let alone the properties of the antidote or how to make the antidote.
Anything about protection, at least?
Nothing in that case.
Poopers.
Like, a lot of the books don't even talk about the mist itself. It's all theoretical practices and other experiments that he had been working on.
Oscar will ask her if she's looking for something specific.
I'm a man, and yes.
I'm sorry. It's late.
Yeah, he's gonna say that from what they've discussed before, he's looking for anything indicating an antidote or the ingredients to help us protect us from the mist, or if we get infected.
And Kalen says he doesn't see anything that seems like a.
Yeah,
he kind of has two piles. One is the books that he can read, and one is the books that he can't read, and he'll like ask help from the other pile.
As long as it keeps us within the hour, I would like to make an investigation to check for ciphers.
Okay. Want to give me an investigation roll?
Ready. That is not going to be great. That's a 17.
Try as you might, the change in language from book to book, there doesn't really necessarily seem to be a cipher in anything. It's just the research and ramblings of a man that has long since lost his faith.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, I can't say that I believe everything that we've heard here today. However, I trust the High Inquisitor with my life, and we've been given new orders. I intend to carry them out.
Yeah, I'm for living too. Let's see if we can work our way out of here.
Well, the Lich wants us to kill Candi, so what are we doing?
You don't necessarily have to kill her. Get her to let you leave.
Well, she'll probably ask for the priest.
Do what you must, but I just want her out of here.
Wait long enough, the purge will get her out.
From what I've heard, from what she's even capable of and what she's done, trust me, I don't want her to be around either.
That is your prerogative. I will not stand in your way of any decision you make, so long as she is removed or taken care of. I can get you out of here. For the
So,
purge.
Father Jacob,
Um.
do you think the purge would kill Candi or not?
Like I said, they are very thorough in their methods. I wouldn't doubt that they would dispose of her, though they may even try to capture her for study.
Idiotic.
She is a bit of a rarity in regards to the monsters that the hunters themselves normally come across.
And
Oh,
what
she-
is she exactly? Because I was trying to wrap my mind around it, and I just
That I do
can't
not
pinpoint
know.
what that is.
I have not laid eyes on her.
To be fair, she says she's from a different land, so might be another place that's even more messed up than this town.
But you said that if we get rid of her, or at least get her out of the church, you can give us passage to wherever the hell it is we need to go.
Yes.
That sounds better than trying to outrun the purge.
Indeed.
So I guess I'll take that.
Guess it's finally a hunt for this Candi then.
Roll credits.
Hey,
Why is the creature's name Candi?
He kind of shrugs. Maybe it's a common name from where she is from.
I did say she is a rarity.
Because I want candy.
because she's sweet or was.
I don't know. All I know is she has polluted the sanctity of this church even more than it already had been. And while I am still undead, I do not wish to see my former place of worship corrupted.
Especially if she has her boyfriend, her lover back at her side. It could potentially be powerful. Be on guard.
Alrighty. Oh,
Way again?
way again.
And I actually do not put on the armor.
Okay.
I
Oscar-
can't wear it.
Yeah, you can.
It's splint mail. I can't wear splint mail. It's heavy armor.
I'm telling you, you can.
Okay.
Ian is giving you permission.
Well, then okay. I was like, no, I really can't. It's heavy armor. I can't wear heavy armor. Oh, well, okay.
Armor says, "Oh, you're a hunter. I got this."
And you see me just go like, armor comes off.
And then you have to suit up.
Then I'm oh shit.
Like I said, we wait until after she's done rigging
He's
up.
not naked. He wears stuff underneath, simple like cloth tunic,
As a
and
free
It
pants.
came off with the armor.
As a free
No.
action, you can now utter the words and fuck at will.
Does mean it comes on, and if I say fuck, it falls off? Or it's just my new catchphrase?
I mean, isn't that in the DLC?
Yes.
That'd be
Yeah.
in like a scene or something.
Can I rub the oil I got from the guy from my armor onto the new armor?
He gives you another vial.
Okay.
She starts
I'm like, well, that was a
squeegeeing it
waste. Here we go. I will save my armor though, because
Yeah.
it is my hunter armor. So yeah, I save my armor and I throw it in that bag.
Conveniently have a bag of holding to put it in.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Throw everything in there.
Yeah,
Like this was
Oscar
planned.
will hold the key to the door.
As the door unlocks. And that is where we are leaving off for this.
Hey.
Hey.
Whoa.
I'm finally a
Talk about-
Belmont.
Talk about turns.
Yeah.
You
I'm not
thought-
gonna lie, the whole time I'm just like, would it be kind of douchey to Rojan if we were like, yeah, that's cool, let's get out. Listen, we're done.
Oh,
We're
no,
done.
I-
What are we
There-
doing?
You still have to go through Candi to get out.
That's
Yeah.
true. I was still like, yeah, no, it's cool. We're
I'm
done.
assuming we were fighting her either way. It was just more
Yeah.
for character interaction what we were planning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And I'm sorry, character development from Kaleem.
I know.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well,
little bit.
A little bit of just a tiny bit
we'll
of
see what
redemption.
happens.
Tiny bit of redemption.
Yeah,
I
he,
mean, I'll think twice about clipping you in the back of the leg. It won't just be automatic now.
I couldn't think of any possible way that he would take the word of an undead. And
Right.
I'm really glad I gave him the sending spell, because that created that opening for the High Inquisitor to be like, yeah, do the thing.
yeah, do the thing.
It's
mean,
like, oh, okay,
You
I
didn't
got
trust
orders.
a hunter who
I got
found the truth
orders,
for
so
you?
I can do the thing now.
Didn't
But if
trust a
Kaleem had-
hunter, how dare you?
had gone against everyone, Milo would have no problems going, here, take the priest, I'm out.
I mean, he would
Oh,
have
I know.
tried to take her
Peace.
on by himself if he had to. He would have died like immediately, but he would have tried.
Take the priest, we're out.
And we'd be like, oh no, he died. Oh no, it sucks.
On top of that,
It's like, what happened? I don't know. Candi left, but the priest died.
I will say, you could have fought him. You could have fought Father Jacob, and you wouldn't have gotten any of the items.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
I had considered for a brief moment using the dismissal from Dispel Good and Evil to send him to the Shadowfell permanently.
See, Kalen has
Okay,
high
there,
intelligence.
You sending people to the Shadow Realm. I see how it is.
He has high intelligence, so that's why I was waiting. If he just like snarls, I'm like, okay, yeah, basic undead, die. But if he's intelligent, I'm like, I want information.
Yeah,
I'm smart hunter. I want to know what the fuck's going on.
He's like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, personal space, please.
Yeah, well,
like,
no. When
no.
he asked, freaking Caleb to have the heretic like step off. Can you remove the heretic from my person, please? I'm like, all right, yeah, that's not a normal undead.
Why is everyone talking? The Wendigo talks. You talk. What's going on? I always think of wake me up when wake me up Wendigo.
Great. Now I have to make a Wendigo tribe named Wham.
That's why I can't. I always have to say it now. I can't just say Wendigo. I have to say Wendigo.
Yes, please. I want to meet them and fight them. And by fight I mean
Are they
like become,
bards?
and
Yeah,
by
they're all
fight I
bards.
mean join them as a background vocalist.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're all bards.
Maybe it could be a dance off.
Yeah, you heard it. You heard it here. There is now canonically a Wendigo tribe named Wham. They're all bards.
Season 3, we're gonna find him.
And all of their
kill
battles
them.
take place in a roller rink.
Oh my god,
Yes.
great.
And they have access to the level 12 spell Whamageddon, which just ends everybody who hears it.
Now it's stuck in your head forever.
Forever.
So yeah, you guys really
I was terrified.
like, you guys made the right call, because like going into the fight with Candi without any magic items or anything like that was going to be painful.
I mean, I had some magic items on me. I turned the magic.
Yeah,
And
but
I had the ultimate weapon, my faith.
Faith.
I have the
Yeah,
We
ultimate.
see how well that's going.
I have the ultimate weapon.
Does
my meat
Does
shields.
Lathander pay attention to you? No.
I mean, clearly none of the gods are paying attention to us right now.
Are you kidding? They're all sitting up there with popcorn, just laughing.
I mean, my
I
god's
wouldn't put
paying
it past them.
attention. I just don't, go like, Dad, can you help me?
You
see Lathander sitting on a beach going,
you're a blood hunter. Your
Nice.
god is drugs.
Lyrics, okay? I
Oh,
have
that's
a
all
different
blood
one.
hunters.
I take
Listen.
a different drug.
I've played like half a dozen blood hunters
My
at this
drug is
point.
different than that drug.
They all do drugs.
It's
Do,
a,
do
different
drugs
drug?
punch ghosts?
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that is going to do it for us tonight, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. This upcoming week we have another episode of Mass Effect coming up tomorrow at 7:30.
I can talk
Um,
again.
What's that? You can talk again.
I can talk again, so I
Yep.
can DM now.
And then
Yay.
Tuesday night we got another episode of Destiny Forge, as that thing is, you're going to the Underdark.
Yeah, we're going dungeon
As
crawling in a
the
dungeon.
main story of the campaign enters its final chapter.
I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be so
There's gonna be
sad.
there's gonna be a lot of drama starting this week.
And then on
There's a lot of drama in
Saturday.
that campaign every week.
speaking
Oh,
of
yeah.
drama,
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
we have another episode of Withered Wastes where I'm just honestly thinking of retitling that show to Everyone Hates Reiju.
No, not just Reiju. Not just Reiju.
Yeah.
I'm about to become the punching bag for this session.
Oh, yeah.
man.
Whose turn is it this time?
There is going to be
there is
going to be a lot of drama
Oh yeah.
on this upcoming
I
episode.
apologized in advance.
And
Uh,
then
So,
and
Everyone
then
gets their turn being the punching bag.
coming up Saturday night, we have episode 3 of The Hunt for Candi, as you all start making your way through the corridors of the church. So that's going to be fun.
yeah, that's gonna be creepy. The ghoul scene already creeped me out. I'm like, oh fuck, this is gonna be
That
bad.
was
Yeah.
that was
bad.
intense.
I have to say, I had to say that right there was a live or die situation. If you would have gotten caught, if you would have gotten hit, your character would have been dead. There was
I love
no
it. So
saving from it.
stressful.
And the worst part is, and it was totally in character. I'm like, he's a knight. He puts his protection or his safety at the bottom of the list, regardless if he likes you or not. So
I see how it is. It's okay when he does it, but when Isa does it. Just kidding.
I also have high
Nice.
intelligence, so
I think this
Hey,
is I-
intelligence doesn't matter.
I think this is a do as I say, not as I do situation.
yes, yes.
I just want to say, tooting my own horn for a successful application of the grease spell post level 10.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I'm just glad the darkness worked, and I'm like, I hope I don't
Yeah.
waste a spell
Well,
slot.
and the
Because as a
thing is,
sorcerer, there's so
I
many
had to
spell
check.
slots.
I'm like, does this brand of ghoul, can they see through magical darkness? No, they cannot.
That's what I was worried about.
That bought
I
us
was
a little
like-
bit of time.
It did.
So,
Because
One round is-
there are variations of ghouls that can see through magical darkness.
I think if we had they had one extra round to move towards us, some people might have gotten had a little hard time getting through.
Oh,
and
man,
I can
was
move fast. I can
so-
move 70 feet. So I was like, I'm staying behind.
I was literally trying to stay behind just enough to where I could like whip you and yank you forward.
When,
And the
when
whole
me-
time I'm just like, fucking run, Kel.
Yeah,
I can
when-
run faster than
when
you
me and I
go.
cast darkness, and the other two popped out and fell on the ground, and they just three stooges onto the floor. I'm like, oh my god! It's like they're all dead. It's like it's game over, man.
Yeah, you were going prone. You were going prone no matter what. That dexterity save
Yeah.
was to see if you're taking any damage from people suddenly exploding from your hip.
I mean,
Yeah.
I completely forgot that I was already concentrating on a spell when I cast darkness. But to be fair, the character would have probably done it anyway.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
like a sorcerer move.
Yep.
Yeah,
All
I might
right,
have to repair my
was
robes,
great.
but whatever.
but
that was great.
that is going to do it for us tonight, everyone. Thank you.
Actually, when if you complain about your robes enough,
Mending.
Oscar will cast mending on your
Yeah.
robes.
She's probably spent a
So-
long time staring at him, sadly.
that is going to do it for us tonight, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you tomorrow for Mass Effect. Till then, have a good one.
Night, night.
Oh, sinners, have you washed in the blood? Oh, sinners, have you washed in the blood? Oh, temptation will lead you astray. Get your gun, get your knife, lace your boots. Today's the day. Oh, sinners, have you slaughtered the lamb? Oh, sinners, have you slaughtered the lamb? It's eternal damnation, lest you wash in the blood. Get your gun, get your knife, lace your boots. The time has come.